for me.
Running for position where they can't perform. Copper ways on do not me. I want to serve my country, but in my capacity, it's Calypso for me. So you see, why Calypso go heal this country? Boombe, 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 bam bam be. Boombe, 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 bam bam be. Mama me, mama, mama. Not bourgeois alone, who just press you down, you get pressed by your bone. Foreign artists just come, take the money and run. Local artists them under exploitation. Shame on the festival commission. Look how they disrespect Exile One. And when the record shop sell your CD, oh Lord, yes, you have to run behind them for your money. Everywhere you turn is blows. So I come down to expose Crooked Dread and them in Zion, the pirates and the bullets in town. From now on it's Calypso.
Calypso for
I
me.
want to help my country grow.
Calypso for
I don't
me.
want to be in Dororo.
Calypso for me.
With no parrot in Roseau.
Calypso for me.
Running for position where they can't.
Yes, and we are live from the studios of DBS Radio. My co-host tonight is someone that we have been working together for some time, and I just want to say good evening to my co-host. Good evening to you, Daryl Teets.
Good evening, Cecil, and good evening to the listeners of DBS Radio, both at home and abroad.
And I just want to inform people that you can also view us on social media, both on YouTube and Facebook. Just want to say good evening so far to Snapper Laura, who's always tuned, watching DBS Radio, and Brendan Williams, another fan of DBS Radio, and not forgetting Wallace Saint-Hilaire, who said that they are all free so far watching. We've just started. We have already 11 views, Daryl.
I also want to say good evening to my very good friend, Honorable Dr. Vince Henderson, the Member of Parliament for Grand Bay, and also the folks listening on the what is it, the Facebook
And YouTube.
And YouTube. So Snapper, my good friend, good evening to you. And later on we may have to play Point Michelle Girls for Dr. Henderson because
Dr. Henderson should have mentioned that to us earlier on, and we would have
we'll get that. We'll get it for him, you know. So, but good evening to everybody listening, and good evening. It's been a while since we have done what is it? Calypso. We
Tonight
have named it. It's Calypso Pulse. Okay.
Right.
It used to be Calypso Talk. It used to be other things, but tonight it's Calypso Pulse, and we'll get the pulse of the Calypso for 2026.
And so, Daryl, I think what's important for us tonight is to speak a bit of the quarterfinals that we heard, and look at the Calypsonians that we saw during the quarterfinals. And it was for me a very successful quarterfinals. The crowd was a huge one. The arena, the venue. A change of venue this year. I must say it's the home now for Calypsos, and it's a very good venue.
You think, Cecil? Yeah. Well, it's what is available. What is available. Before I thought the up at Loubier, the Strip, was a great location for Calypso, but the factories, I think I like the venue. It's quite cozy. It's quite compact, so I like the venue down at the factory for Calypsos. Whether it's the tent or the quarterfinals. Can't host the finals at this time.
The finals just too big for him, sure.
Can't host the finals, but I'm sure they have to consider whether or not the semifinals will be at the factory over there on Valley Road.
Nice place for the Georges, a nicer place for the VIP, the broadcasters, the patrons. Just a nice, cozy place, as you rightly said, you know. And I'm sure I would like to maybe see that place again be used for the semifinals. But we know that the finals, I think they will judge the semi-finals and determine what they'll be doing for the finals. I'm almost sure about that.
Well, I would think the finals would be at the grand stage of it all, Carnival City. That's where I think the finals will be held. But again, that brings me to commending the new executive of the Calypso Association, Gregory Rivera, and his team. I think his team includes Mystery, it includes Royette, it includes Jerry Lloyd, Peter Later, and a few others, and also people like Dangleben and Bassi who help out in the background and in the foreground. I want to commend them for a job well done, both at the eliminations and at the quarterfinals thus far.
And we can just say, as we see every year, that the art is actually growing. The patrons year by year are building confidence in the art form. The business sector, I must say, Daryl, have been on board for many years, and we again saw them on Saturday night giving fifth in the art form and also into the executive of the president and his team.
Well, they have a job to do. They came in on a wave of controversy, not their own doing, but the Calypso Association, you remember, was embroiled in some controversial situation during the changeover of the executive, internal controversy. But I'm happy they have weathered the storm and they're doing a good job so far from what I'm seeing.
And good respect to the previous administration managed by Observer.
Yes, they were
former
very, president,
they
right?
were very open in the process, even while there were internal upsets. But they were able to manage themselves and come together and to determine the way forward. And they did just that, and we are now seeing that even those guys who were in the previous administration are also working side by side. So the Observer, from what I understood, and Narin himself is actually helping the executive, and that speaks volumes of the commitment of the Calypsonians, and not people thinking of just their own selves, but really the work that they would like to see within the fraternity of the Calypso Association. And kudos must go out to Observer and his team.
Well, one of the good things the past executive did was the staging of Calypso during the COVID-19 time, and they must be commended for that job. The staging of Calypso, even at a time when you could have said, look, no Calypso this year, they did come forward and put on a show. And it brings me to the statement, the show must go on. No matter what happens, the show must go on, and the show is going on.
And what is brilliant about that during COVID-19 2020, 2021 was that they were able to have a one-run competition where you had more than 10 Calypsonians participating, and we saw Bob and Tasha P becoming monarchs during that period of this two-year hiatus.
You saw a twinkle of the Sour as well.
Oh, yes.
Coming first runner-up.
The first year, I think it was.
Yeah, I think Sour came very big in the first year with and what did he sing in the first year? Was it Enjoy My Life, or was it the other one?
I think it was Enjoy My Life.
Yeah, so Sour really, and I would hope that we can see Sour get back to that level in next year. Sour just put in the work. You had your writer who worked with you. Just put in the work and get back to that level. Why not having Sour at a Calypso finals 1 year?
I want to say good evening to, again, Snappers who said good evening to Cecil and Daryl, Agatha Joseph and Judy Joseph, Gail Sensei. I know that you're tuned, and she said that she's looking forward for a post-analysis of the quarterfinals. Mervyn Joseph is watching, and Lucia Esprit Tavernier, good evening to you. So tonight we have people actually going to be following us both on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm sure, Daryl, that we will give them, as we analyze what we heard and saw the night of the quarterfinals. At the same time, Daryl, let us be frank with ourselves. We know that not too many people will be in favor of our comments.
No,
but our comments,
I wouldn't say not too many people. Not everybody.
Oh, not everybody.
Everybody,
yeah,
yes.
Not everybody will be in favor. Thank you very much. Not everybody will be in favor of our comments. or even our findings of the results, and or what we saw, and we determine what we think should be the results. We know that the judges' words and pen are final, and but that doesn't mean that we too cannot have our own way of seeing things.
Yes, indeed. That's why we're there. We comment it. We have been doing this for a while, so we have some idea of what we are doing, and we how do I put it? I don't mix matters when it comes to Calypso. I come, I give my opinion as to what I see on the stage. It doesn't mean that I will go sit in my car or go home and put on all the songs, but I judge, well, I comment it. I give my critique of what I see goes on the stage on the night of a competition. It's very different from listening on radio to the songs recorded from the studio than what goes on the night of a competition.
It's like soccer. A referee sees something, and the player or players may see something different. Also, the crowd might determine whether what the referee called is it a penalty or not. And many times, a referee calls penalty, and the greater crowd out there may say no, it is not a penalty,
Or offside.
or offside, or a foul.
Yeah.
And so the referee, because he's the sole judge, and he would be able to determine, yes, it's a penalty. And so that's how we look at our comments. We critique what we have seen and heard, and so we are going to be the referee. We have the judges. Most times we have judges outside of the arena that will also make their determination to decide what they themselves have heard and see. I also want to say good evening to Randy Turner, who is in Brooklyn, and David Hector. He said, good evening, gentlemen. Blessings to you all. Locked in from cold New Jersey. Well, I'm in warm Dominica.
Wow. I saw someone in Beijing. It's already, what?
It's 29 in the morning.
In the morning, and I saw someone had it that it was minus 17 degrees.
Wow. That's how many jackets you have to use?
Never me again. I can guarantee you that.
You get 17 minus?
I got more than that, Cecil. I've been in minus 33, minus 54. I was in minus 54 in a place called Inner Mongolia when Carnival was going on in Dominica. And I decided then and there that could never happen to me again. On the 2 days of straight jump up in a place called Inner Mongolia, where they have the largest Nestle farm, over, I think, 3 million cows on that farm, largest Nestle farm, minus 54 degrees in March. Carnival that year was in March, and I said, no. The snow was way past my waist height, Cecil.
So there was no need to go to work.
I was at work. We were at a conference in a place called Erguna in Inner Mongolia. And it was a conference of turning the city of Erguna into a smart city. And I said, wow. First of all, why would you want to do a city in that cold weather? But, these are the situations that these countries are blessed with. Some people like the cold. Some people like the snow. Others don't. We are from a tropical climate. We like the sun. We like the sea. We like the sand. We like the hot weather. And, of course, there are some of us who like the rain. But the snow is not my cup of tea for extended periods. The time I had to be there, I was. But no, it's so good to be at home, Cecil. It's so good to be at home.
Well, we're here to talk about Calypsos on Calypso Pulse tonight. Daryl, I think before we go deeply into the Calypsos, I think it's important to help people to have an understanding as to how the judges go out. I just love doing this. How the judges think, what they have before them, and why they would give certain points the way they do it. So we know we have, in the area of lyrics, we have about 5 different categories.
Yeah. Overall, the Calypsos are judged, and it has been so for a while, a total of 100 points that is broken down into 4 categories. Lyrics 35, melody 35, rendition 20, and presentation 10. Note there's no category of crowd support. Lyrics 35, melody 35, rendition 20, presentation 10. And that gives you a total of 100 points. Now, in these categories, there are subcategories. So, for example, in the area of lyrics, there's storyline, there's structure, narrative, coherence, and originality. So it's a guide on what you judge for lyrics. Storyline 10 points, structure 5 points, narrative 10 points, coherence 5 points, originality 5 points. Then there's melody.
But before we go into melody, I think it is important to really help people to have an understanding, Daryl, of the various categories that you just made mention of, the subcategories, sorry. So we have storyline. We know that there is a theme. So
Yes.
if given a theme to sing on a particular topic, you must do your best to stay within that topic in reference to your storyline.
Yes,
So
your
you-
storyline must deliver a central message.
Right.
Can't be because singing about cricket and then all of a sudden in the song you hear the man score goal. It doesn't make sense. It must deliver a message. The storyline should be easy to follow. You must tell from the start of the song to the end of the song what the person is talking
The
about.
probability that you can say about scoring a goal, but it has to be for humor. So that's where
Yes,
satire comes in.
if satire comes into play. But if you're singing a song about cricket, or if you're writing, let's look at a composition before the calypso. When you write a composition, you have an introduction, you have your body, and you have a conclusion. So if you're writing about cricket, it would be very strange to talk that during the game the batsman scored a goal. It would clearly show you have no idea what you're talking about. Or the bowler was offside. You wouldn't have no idea what you're talking about. So your storyline must make sense. So even when you use satire, it must make some level of sense.
And that is why when we speak of storyline, to make sense, there's something called, and we said that the storyline is 10 points.
Yes, 10 points.
And then you have the area of the narrative. So to give that story or to speak of that storyline, you must be able to articulate, you must be able to sing out and to explain to people, to give them that kind of excitement, to give them that understanding of what you're singing. You must be able to narrate that calypso.
Yes, indeed. You have to be able to tell the story. That's what your storyline is. You have to be able to tell your story, which brings us to the narrative.
You're not right.
It's the depth of how you tell the story, the development of your story. So if you say, I walked from DBS to Fort Young Hotel, you have told your story, but it's very bland. What have you described on your journey? What have you just said, yes, you told the story, I walked from DBS to Fort Young Hotel. Yes, you have told the story, but you have told a bland story. You have used no poetry. You have used no descriptive words. But if you tell the story of how you walked, the weather at the time, the journey, if you talk of the journey, then you have given a narrative, almost a commentary of what you have done there. Okay?
And then from the narrative, we can talk about structure.
Yes.
Which is the building up of the song.
How well the song is organized. Okay? So if you walk from DBS to Fort Young Hotel, you can't reach at Fort Young Hotel in the reception and then talk about the State House. You saw the State House along the way. No. The story is from DBS to Fort Young Hotel. You see the
State House.
The State House, the Parliament Building, or the Parliament Building, then the State House, because you're going to Fort Young.
And the old library.
And the old library. But if you walk in from DBS to Fort Young Hotel, you can't be talking about the post office on the Bayfront. You can't be talking about that. So it's the structure, the how well you tell the story, how well is it organized, are your words making sense, the compatibility of your words together. That is the structure of the calypso.
And in that structure, you must create the coherence of that calypso. You must have some level of coherency in that calypso.
How your lyrics come together. That is your coherence. How you put the lyrics together. Basically, it is the poetry of the calypso. How you put everything together. The words you use to your descriptive words. How you put it together. In particular, for example, in a calypso that is masked, you're telling a story, but everybody knows what you're talking about. But that's not what you're talking about at all in your story. That's where the coherence comes in. You understand fully what the person is saying.
And then we have something that is called originality, and that's what I'm sure many a judge are actually battling with in terms of originality.
Well, originality comes with a little bit of experience. You have to know calypso to judge originality of calypso. So, for example, and I can use an example. Over the years, because I know calypso in terms of other islands, I listen to all calypso competitions across the Caribbean. The only one I don't pay in-depth attention to, because most times it's the same time as ours, I review it after, is Trinidad. But I look at St. Lucia, I look at St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua, Grenada, I look at them. So, when I heard the song CEO of Volaire, I said, but I had heard a song Volaire before. I went back and I remembered last year in the Calypso competition in St. Lucia, there was a song called Volaire. However, the treatment of the song was Volaire, about a new airline. This one was about a CEO. People wanted to be the CEO of Volaire. So you have to look at originality. There was nothing wrong with the originality of the CEO of Volaire, but I just remembered I had heard that topic, that name before. Some years ago, there was a song, I think Psy, Feel Up, Fill Up. And I could go back in the archives and say, but wait, I have heard that topic before, and go and compare it. And that's where originality comes in. You have to know, because if you do not know what has gone in the past, you cannot judge something on originality. If you have not heard the line before, to you, it's original. This is the first time you're hearing it. But other judges, you may wonder, when judges compare their score sheet, a more experienced judge may say, but this line was in a calypso before. And you, for the first time hearing it, might want to say, no, it's original. This is the first time I hear it.
And that's why sometimes, even when we do our commentary, we tell listeners, hey, as if I've heard this line or this melody before. So we said that during the period of the quarterfinals on Saturday. We wouldn't describe the song because some songs are still being judged.
Yes.
But there are some songs that we felt that the melody
we have heard before.
And
some more than others.
Even some of the strings that we hear.
Yeah.
Like it was yesterday.
One more than others, but we definitely could compare the songs before. We could. The problem is, and we'll get into that later, guys do not like to hear that partner, that song sounding familiar.
No, let me ask you. Would you consider one calypsonian removing words and place it in a melody of another song or another written song? Do you consider it as originality or lack of originality?
Of course it's a lack of originality. You can't just recycle a melody. Some of the years ago, Son of the Saint came with the melody of the Saint, just with new words. Third Eye sang Mumu Talking 1 year, got him through to the finals. The next year he sang We Don't Mind, almost the same melody. And these are the things people have to know. But originality is, how do I put it? It is relative. Some people may agree, some people may not agree.
I want to agree with you that it's very relative.
Yes.
I also want to say good evening to Jonky, DSP. He's watching. Teresa Frigis, you're also watching. Some 25 people are already viewing us on Facebook. I know that the numbers are bigger than on YouTube.
I was told we need to pay attention to YouTube. There are comments on the YouTube as well.
Yeah.
I know Vado, who is in the cold as well is listening on the YouTube. So we may want to pull up the YouTube as well. But I know I was told to pay attention to the comments on the YouTube as well.
Yes, I think we need to do that. No, Daryl. So that is the 45 points that we're talking about. So structure is 5 points, originality is 5 points, coherence is 5 points, narrative is 10 points, and storyline is 10 points, giving you a total of 45 points in lyrics. One of the questions I would like to ask, because I've never been a judge, is how does a judge judge a calypso? Do they judge a calypso with what we've just said in breaking down the various areas and give each person their point, or they just have the called lyrics and they just give a
they from the score sheets, from what I have seen given to the judges, they have the breakdown, so they can judge under each of the subcategories to determine an overall point overall. So in the breakdown, they can give points for the narrative itself. They can, and that's what 10 points.
10
so
points.
they can determine how many marks out of 10 the person gets for narrative.
Okay.
And then they add it up to the 35, and then you go from there.
Now, Snapper Laura said, Daryl, are you talking about the melody or the topic? Because more than one singer can sing about the same topic.
Yes, certainly. It is.
And Justina Cognet is also watching. Good evening to you, Justina.
It is the topic is what determines the originality. The main point, originality, because that is why it's on the lyrics, originality. The topic, many people can sing about the same thing. We have had that in the past. People sing on the same topic. But it's how you treat the topic. A couple of years ago, there were 2 songs, Roofless. One from Checo, and interestingly, 2 policemen. Roofless. Checo sang one, Sai sang one. Who did it better? I will not venture my opinion on who did it better, but that was the same song, same idea, but who sang it better? Not who sang it better, whose calypso was better structured, told a better narrative, was what they call it, was had a good storyline. Which one was better? So originality is not necessarily a new, it doesn't mean new topic. It's how you treat the topic, how original it is. Example, in Trinidad, there's a guy called Chucky Gordon. He won the Calypso Monarch some years ago by singing a song, Why You Think. That was the name of the song, Why You Think. There is a rumor which goes on in Trinidad that a certain lady drinks. Chucky Gordon did not sing a song talking about the lady drinking. Chucky Gordon sang a song saying, with all the stress this lady's under, what makes you think she can't have a drink? So the topic was treated much different than what was going on in society. He defended the lady saying she can have a drink because she has to do X, Y, and Z. And in the Caribbean, when these things happen, it's good to go home at the end of the day and fire 1 or 2. So why you think?
But there was a lot of sarcasm in this one, eh?
Exactly.
Quite a lot of sarcasm. And so the masking of this one would be great.
Yes.
And you have to be a really good judge, really, to decipher whether the singer is making sarcasm out of that individual, or if he's actually meaning exactly what he's saying.
But even if he meant what he said, why you think the lady can have a drink? This is what we do in the Caribbean. We have a strong day. We go and we have a rum. I mean, not we, but other people have a rum at the end of the day. So that's okay.
And also to the judges have to find out whether there's a question that he's actually asking,
Yeah,
based on how he treats the narrative of that song.
yeah. So his storyline, and he won the crown with that song. So this the storyline is what you is how you tell the story. Is as simple as it is. How you treat the topic. People may be thinking you're treating the topic one way, and then you come out with a whole different perspective.
So let's go to the other category, which is melody.
Yes.
We know that melody has rhythm, compatibility, and it's
Basic melody, I think. Basic
yes.
melody.
Basic
Yes.
melody, rhythm, and compatibility. Let's deal with the issue of rhythm.
Well, so it evaluates the timing, the tempo of the song. Is your rhythm up, down? Is it engaging? Is it suitable to what you're singing?
Is it enjoyable?
Exactly. Is
Does
it
make you, does it make
suitable?
you dance?
If I come sing a song, dear God, X, Y, and Z has died, should I be in a laugh way? So sorry you go, mon dear, you go too long, oh. But it's a laugh way, jump up, I am sweating on stage. Is that good rhythm for the calypso you're singing? That is what the rhythm is.
And also too, we can look at the compatibility in the same example that you have given, whether the compatibility of that song goes with the lyrics.
Yes, exactly. Now, not wanting to comment on a particular calypso, but I'll say it this year. This year there's a tribute, an up-tempo tribute, and it also determines who sings the song. I don't think another person would deliver an up-tempo tribute as this calypsonian. So you also have to realize also who is singing the song, who can do a faster song, who does a slower song better.
And you're so right, Daryl. I remembered a tribute was also made, I think, to Spider many years ago. And now that singer that sang that song, we know that singer as an individual who delivers very smooth tempo rather than that of the up tempo songs. And so the writer has to always find out, who is he or she going to write this song for. And so, as you rightly said, that song could not have been sung if given to, let's say, Checker.
Exactly.
If Checker had that
Also,
song.
Checker has done a tribute. It's not
Right.
very slow.
Right.
But Checker has done a tribute, and I'm happy you said Checker, because Checker himself had done a tribute to the same individual before, and it was also more up-tempo than you'd usually get from Checo. So you have to know who delivers on the calypso, who delivers on the calypso. Okay, years ago, Hunter sang a song, Blood Clot. And I remember saying to Hunter, I do not think the tempo was appropriate for that kind of song. I do not think. But Hunter is known for his upbeat, up-tempo calypsos. But at that time, the lyrics the lyrics in my mind did not gel with the message that was being delivered. Unlike what is happening now, where I think in this tribute, because of this calypsonian himself, the lyrics, the melody, everything gel to make the song what it is.
And you're right. It's like that song of the monarch, the present monarch, about one day, one day, the ground that you're standing on will be your roof.
Yes.
No, basically, that song cannot be, by virtue of how serious that song is. It cannot be a very up-tempo song.
But it was up tempo. It was more up tempo than slow. It was
Right.
but
it was more up-tempo than
it was
slow.
more up tempo than
But
slow.
again, to the writer has to evaluate the presenter of that song. And the writer sometimes, especially in that song, the writer was Hunter. So Hunter himself knows how he would have delivered this one. That's the reason why you would have gotten a song of that nature.
And it's good that Hunter has transitioned into writing for people. Hunter was the one who wrote the song I was talking about, the tribute. And he knew the calypsonian, and he would have also a better feel of what they can deliver. And the writers should know that. You don't just take any song and give to anybody.
And that is why when you look at Pat Aaron, he is the master at looking at people and to determine what is best to be given to them to really deliver. And Hunter has had several. Pat Aaron has had several crowns by virtue of having the right calypsonians singing the right melody.
Yes, indeed, and you're right to someone's strength and someone's talent. A guy like Sai is versatile. Sai can deliver powerful up-tempo melody, and he can also deliver a nice, slow, well-placed melody. Sai has done it over the years. I'm always surprised that Sai has not yet won a Calypso crown, but Sai is one who can do both slow and fast.
So we have spoken of the rhythm and the compatibility, and many a times people don't take on board the compatibility in judging, because compatibility brings some 10 points out of the 45.
Yes.
So rhythm brings 10 points, compatibility brings 10 points, and that is already 20 out of the 45. So the 15 now is on the basic melody.
Yes, and in the compatibility, it's the mood. The song has to put you in a certain mood. So again, if you are singing a tribute to someone who died, okay, someone who has gone on, the mood that depends on who the person is, the mood that it puts you in should reflect what that individual was. When Sparrow sang tribute to Lord Melody was a jovial Calypsonian who sang upbeat tempos. And so when Sparrow sang Play One for Mellow, the mood that he tried to evoke is what Melody himself brought to the people. Okay? One of joy. Kitchener. Tributes to Kitchener were up-tempo. Okay? If you have to do a tribute to a priest, I don't think it would be up-tempo, laugh way, Carnival Monday and Tuesday. You would come and sing something that would evoke the way the person interacted with his congregation and that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, the mood after that one, people, it could be solemn. Okay? It could be solemn. But again, the judges are guided by the compatibility, the breakdown. I'm sure they're given a description. What we're saying there is what we think of our head, but I'm sure the judges themselves are given a description of what to look for in the basic melody. The basic melody, from what where did I put my notes on basic melody? Basic melody. Yes, according to what I got from, I think years ago, I heard this from Norman Later. The pleasantness, is it memorable? Is it appropriate for the calypso? Does it support the lyrics effectively? These are notes I wrote down many years ago. Does it support the lyrics effectively? Meaning, if you're giving a tribute, is it upbeat? Is it you come sing a song about child abuse? Are you jumping and waving, "Hele, hooray," that sort of thing? That's the basic melody in the calypso.
And then so that is 45 points. So we already dealt with 70 points. So people who
70%.
70% of the point setting for calypso. So people who really would like to be not only judges but judges of their own at home when they're listening to the calypsos, at least you are already on your way if you can get the 70 points.
Yeah.
In determining where the person goes next.
But I will say this, Cecil, you cannot score high on lyrics and low on melody.
It's almost impossible.
It's almost impossible.
They almost come hand in hand.
Yeah, you cannot score high on lyrics, low on melody, and low on on rendition.
Yes, and on rendition.
Yeah.
So we're going right, not melody.
Cannot do that.
So let's go to rendition. Rendition is very, very important.
So
rendition has 3 areas: voice quality, that is 1, which is 5 points; articulation, which is 10 points; and tone, which is 5 points. That's the total.
Tone
of 20.
or diction.
Diction, sorry,
Yeah,
diction.
No.
So you have diction, which is 5 points. You have voice quality, which is 5 points, and also that of articulation, 10 points.
Now, if your diction, the correct use of language, grammar, pronunciation, your consistency of your accent. So you can't sing the song in a British accent and an American accent and a French accent all at the same time. Now, if that does not come across clearly, how can you be judged on lyrics? Because if you're saying someone's diction is not clear, you can barely hear what they're saying, how can you judge the words they supposedly have said? So if you get low on rendition, and that's the problem I always had when it came to judging people like Man himself, the late Man himself. You would say Man himself lyrics are great, but his rendition, his voice quality, how can you judge his lyrics as great, but his rendition as poor? The voice quality may not be the best, but his diction. If you're hearing what he's saying, then, and voice quality is only 5 points.
So, for instance, as you're saying that, we have seen people who do not have the best of voice quality have gotten crowns in Dominica. Zay is one person.
Yes.
NC, many of us would have said in the early days
He got
that
4.
NC didn't have the best of voice quality. He may get 3, he may get 2 points, but his articulation out of 10, he may get 8. In terms of diction, he out of the 5, he may get 3. So the 8 and 3 is already 11, and he may just get 1 point for
Voice quality.
voice quality. So that gives him 12. So it's already 60% already just in the area of rendition.
But the articulation, the clarity of pronunciation, are you hearing the words clearly? Can you understand the lyrics? You need to be able to understand. Articulation is important to judge lyrics. Because if you cannot understand what the person is saying on the night of the show, you cannot judge them on their lyrics.
So that is why too many times people get confused between a sweet melody, not hearing the songs, but by virtue of the fact the band can play so very well, and the music comes to you sweet, even if you do not hear a word, and all you can do is to give the refrain, you say that is a great song.
Now, this is why certain Calypsonians, you always wonder, why are they up there? Why are they always up there? No matter what they sing, they seem to be up there. I can call names. Bob is one who comes to mind. Webb. Tasha P. They have great voice quality. Caressa is another one. They have good articulation. They have good diction. You hear every word these Calypsonians sing.
Even Dice himself.
Daddy Chess, Dice. Picky was another Calypsonian who did that. Okay? These guys, when they sing, you hear every single word. So a judge is not asking what did this person say or trying to figure out what was that word before. Okay? And then in some cases, in particular, the case of let's say Bob. People say he has a great singing voice. He has one, people have, I know Ozzy used to describe him as the Sammy Davis of Calypso. Great singing voice, Daddy Chess. Great singing voice, Tasha P. Great singing voice, Webb. Sai. Now, are these people at an advantage?
Right now, even Abia,
Israel. Okay? Riot. There's one other person. Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy. Are these people at an advantage because they definitely have better voice quality, they definitely have good diction, and they definitely have articulation? So sometimes you wonder, but Mojo, where they going with that song now? But at the end of the day, on the night of the show, what the judges hear and what the judges see, that is what they're supposed to judge on. Presentation. The end of the totem pole.
So
Stage presence and performance. Yes. 5 points each. Presentation does not carry anything about crowd response. You can be up in the air, Haley, hooray, jump up, saute, call for encore, that should not
Applause.
in any way sway the judges.
Right.
Okay? Stage presence. How the person is confident, their posture, their movement, their engagement with the audience. They have to command the stage, and it has to come naturally. They have to command the stage. Sai commands the stage. Maybe his profession enables his confidence. Commands the stage. Daddy Chess commands the stage. Dice will command the stage. Now, Tasha P.
Yes.
And Tasha P will do so in 12-inch heels.
Yes. Or even 16.
Whatever it is. But you're watching Tasha P there on stage moving about in those heels. That is confidence. The command, the stage presence. Stage presence doesn't mean moving from end to end of the stage.
That's correct.
It has to be compatible with what you're singing.
So, for instance, as you make reference of compatibility, let us look at one of the Calypsonian mystery in terms of a compatibility to the presence.
To the presence. Yes.
To the presentation.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's massive.
Yes.
And what was good about this, as we're speaking, is that in Mystery's case, she's talking about an issue, a subject, one subject matter, and the subject matter she describes it as poesy.
That's her topic.
That's her topic. Poesy. And that is central to her song.
Poesy means.
And you have to find out exactly what poesy means.
means.
So if you were following the young lady Mystery's song, she was actually poesy. She stayed, she was hooked.
Yes.
She was stuck. That's what poesy. When you poesy a game, no one sees it. It stays
can't
there.
move.
You can't move.
You can't move.
Poesy.
Now, do you judge every Calypsonian on the same thing? Take, for example, visually impaired Omi.
Yes.
Omi may not be able to move on the stage as needed in certain areas because he's visually impaired. Do you judge him on that? How he presents his song? Or does his writers give him songs that play to his disability? That he doesn't have to be jumping around, he doesn't have to be moving around. He comes, he sings his song, and even if he has to stand in one place, his standing in one place allows him a certain level of stage presence and performance.
And so what he
that will not go against him.
So what he would have to do in this case is to use a lot of movements, gesticulation.
He
That on his punchline.
He has to almost come like he's giving a speech.
That's correct.
Because I don't think it's fair to judge someone who is not able to do certain things. I don't think it's fair. But how the judging criteria, and I do not know what is set to the judges in situations like this.
And I just figure out that the judges would look at his punchlines and how he would treat his punchlines. And if it's one thing if Omi, that I have seen him really on his punchline, he has been doing a very good job. Unfortunately, on Saturday, that he didn't do justice to his last verse.
Yeah, he messed it up.
But generally, Omi does very well.
Yeah, but all these things you have to take into consideration. The performance, the overall delivery, the energy, the expression, the timing, the interaction. Energy. Daddy Chess on Saturday. Riot on Saturday. Even Sandy on Saturday. You could tell the energy they delivered was high. Sometimes you some Calypsonians come forward and you wonder, but you hear people say, but they're not singing the song. Because the energy is extremely low.
And most times when the energy is that high, is because the person has taken command of that song. They have made it part of them.
Yes, they have internalized the song. Okay? They have come out there and they have delivered. Some years ago, Liberator got into a Calypso finals because of his energy. Everybody said Liberator performed that song and he got into the Calypso finals.
Someone's asking us a question. Catherine Nichols Lowe says, so why Sai never up there in the judges' score sheet if he's so good according to you all?
Well,
we're not the judges.
That is why I said I am shocked that Sai has a been able to win a Calypso crown yet. Probably it's the material.
We can say the same thing about Piki.
Piki, yes, we can
know?
say the same thing about
We
Piki.
can say the same thing about Checker.
Yes, Kelly the Ghost, even
Kelly the
Kelly the
Ghost.
Ghost, Kelly the Ghost, you know.
But
you
the
can-
judges' words,
Webb
Webb.
has not won a
Yes.
crown yet,
Yes.
you know. So we can say the same thing about these people. Now the energy is important. You have to internalize that song. You have to come out there, and when you deliver that song, people have to feel it, that it came from you. It has to come naturally.
That's why many people, when they speak of presentation of a song, you get that Dice has always been the number one, because not only that he internalized the song, not only that he makes the song belong to him, but you know what, his expression, the way that he deals every word, the way that he deals with every tone, you know, from the band, from the music, you know, you can feel that, yes, I am here and I came for it.
Yes, and it shows with 10 crowns. It shows with 10 crowns. Caressa can energize a song. You can never write Caressa off until he's finished singing. Caressa with that song, Ian Douglas. Okay, that song, the energy he delivered, and then the presentation to go with it, energized him. The crowd responded. Not that the crowd response leads to the judges, but the performance that gave him the edge over others in performance. It gave him the edge over others in performance.
So we have already completed the 4 areas.
Yes.
Lyrics,
melody,
rendition, and presentation.
10
presence.
points.
All right. So
10 points.
So
100 points. But
100
Cecil, we
points.
must say this. Points is not what determines you go on to the next round. It is placement. And lots of people do not
Ranking.
understand that. Ranking. So your ranking is tabulated and average. And that's what determines you to go to the next round. So where you are on the judges sheet, if you are number 1 on the judges sheet, you're taken as number 1, judge sheet number 1, you're number 1, judge sheet number 2, you're number 2, and these are added together, and then that determines your ranking. The lower your rank will determine your placement. And a lot of people...
That's important, yeah? Because people tend to think that the Calypso has been judged by, every judge says 20 points.
Yes.
Another one say 40 points. Another one, and then you look at all of the points and you add them up together, and your own, my own is 300 points, your own is 301, and you have one over me.
Yeah.
That's not how it is done.
No.
It is basically, you ask every judge, where do you have Daryl Teat?
No.
Judge number 1, where do you have Daryl Teat? I have Daryl Teat as number 2.
Yeah.
Judge number 2, where do you have Daryl Teat? Judge number 2 says I have Daryl Teat at number 1. Judge number 3, where do you have Daryl Teat? I have Daryl Teat at number 5.
Yeah.
And then they count all of the points.
Yes. And then
to determine.
And from my understanding, the highest and lowest are removed.
Yes.
From my understanding.
To remove biasness.
Yes, from
So
my
the
understanding,
highest-
the highest and lowest
on
are
every
removed
score sheet.
on every score sheet. Now, the determination of rank in other countries, they use points. Now, in terms of points, Cecil, I may mark differently, but come with the same results. So while you, Cecil, may give 30 points for lyrics and I give 25, the question is my 25 and 30, how do they correspond? Your 30 points may mean this is the top marks you have given for lyrics. My 25 points may also reflect this is the top marks I give for lyrics as well. So this is why the ranking system is important and not the point system, because some people, like teachers, they mark differently. I had a teacher, and I won't call his name tonight, he likes Calypso as well, who marked me terribly hard. Give me a certain percentage and wrote in my great essay, great opening, and then gave me 6 out of 10 and told me he just marks hard. But everything on the paper was great this, great that. I'm like, but if you say all these things are great, I should be. He told me, no, I just mark hard. And that was his high mark. The highest mark in the class, I understand, was 7. So people mark differently, but your ranking should be reflective of the others. So I cannot have one Calypsonian at number 1. One judge cannot have a Calypsonian at number 1, and the next judge has him at number 30.
That means
That doesn't make sense.
That means we were in a different place.
Very much so. Very, very much so. So, this is my view on the judging. And judges are human. They have a clear view. They have the best view of the show. Okay? Even us as commentators, sometimes we turn our head here and there. We don't pay full attention. But the judges have a clear view of the stage. They don't always get it right. We may not always agree with what their results are.
That is different. We may not always agree, but not getting it right is relative.
No, sometimes they don't get it right.
It's just that is
sometimes
relative.
it's clear they don't get it right.
That is relative.
Yeah, I think
That
sometimes
can be relative because their job is to judge.
yes.
And when they sit in discussion, because remember they are sitting in discussion, and to come to determine what is best. So it for me, by what you have said, it is rather relative, not
Well.
necessarily a fact.
Well, I would safely say sometimes they don't get it right. Now, in terms of getting it right, my view is once you get the king or the monarch, then the other places can be relative. Some are glaring. They are glaring omissions at times. But you have to get the monarch correct. And getting the monarch correct means that the great majority agrees that this person should be the monarch.
But another thing that we have to maybe try to discuss before we go into the in depth of what we want to discuss is the fact that we must not believe in listening to a calypso on the radio and judge that calypso song to say where it's going to be.
Yes.
We have a tendency, people have a tendency that you can almost ask people, out of the 20 that you have seen, who's going to go to the final, which is a 9, and they can tell you which is a 9 going through because of the song or songs that they would have heard on the radio.
But they can do that, Cecil. But the question is, what happens on the night of the show? Take, for example, on Saturday, Mighty Omi. Mighty Omi had a little fumble with his third verse. This has happened in the past with other Calypsonians. The big one was the year Black Diamond sang Pit Toilet. Black Diamond was looking to walk into the finals and possibly crown as as a newcomer to be crowned as Calypso Monarch. What happened? He had a mishap in the semi-finals. Did not go.
I think he sang a line twice.
He sang something. Yeah. People have repeated verses. Now, on the night of the show, people may change some lyrics.
That's what I was going to come to.
People may change some lyrics. They may get advice. They may think they might add in new punchlines. They may change some lyrics. And people listening to the song, oh, he messed up the song. No, they may have just changed some lyrics.
And some people, even with their bridge, because remember every song has a bridge before you go into the next line or the next verse or the next chorus. You have people, by virtue of the fact that some persons might say the song is too fast, they might go and
slow it down.
They might slow it down.
Yes.
And create a bridge in such a way that you may think that they're singing off key.
But again, all this states clearly that everything is determined by what happens on the night of the show. Not what you hear on radio, not what you hear in tent. There are 3 shows that determine a Calypso Monarch. The quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then the finals. Because quarterfinals leads you into the semifinals, which then leads you into the finals. Okay? And songs can fade away. The impact you expect of a song may fade away because one, the song may have been overplayed, you're fed up with it, or two, the energy, the person doesn't deliver on the night of the show. That may happen. One such example, I'll always remember, Caressa sang Bomb Fret one year.
Oh, yes.
And by the time it got to the finals, I feel it may have been overplayed.
It was overplayed. Definitely overplayed.
And the impact it had. And also,
Mumu
Caressa...
talking about another one.
Caressa is known for his presentation, and he may have gone too big in the semifinals than into the finals. You know, so all these things have to be taken into consideration. All these things have to be taken into consideration.
So it's always wise, and I've always said that to many Calypsonians. When the season is very long, ensure that you manage the airing of your song, especially if you figure it's a big song, because most times radio announcers can make your song retire very early. And you have to be able to manage and to call the radio announcers to say, hey, listen, I know that you love my song, I know that you love playing my song, but you know you will sense that in most times in the semifinals whether your song is getting to be tired.
Yeah, you have to. It's management. You have to know when you release, how early you release. This guy came a couple years ago and did not release the song until the night of the finals trilogy. Okay, it worked for him. It may not work for other people.
As a matter of fact, NC used to do quite a lot of that in the past.
It worked for them.
Where he would come to the band house, hum his song, listen to everybody's song, hum his song, and he'd come into the finals and win the crown.
Exactly. So these things can work. It's how you do it. I think Daddy Chess did it some years ago. It didn't work out so well. He did not release until the night. Other Calypsonians have done it. Sharptooth went into the Calypso finals with a lovely, one of the most beautiful Calypsos you have ever heard.
Calypso Girl?
Calypso Girl.
Yeah.
Lord knows what you don't know. The way I just feel when you reject me year after year. Give a great story.
Speaking about Calypso.
Yes. Then he came in the second round with one of the worst songs I've ever heard in a Calypso finals. Possibly the worst song ever in a Calypso finals. Mal Popte Pakatwe. I not bathing tonight. That was the song that followed up Calypso Girl. So you see, it's about the night of the show, Cecil. It's about the night of the show. And always remember.
We have seen even this guy, the Lloyd brother, the one who was in the finals some years ago, and arrived in the finals and had a very good song. I think about Pastor Rod, and when he get into the second round, didn't deliver as he had to deliver.
Well, it's a two song competition. It's a 2-song competition. The finals is a 2-song competition. So people should start by now preparing the second song. I mean,
as a matter of fact, everybody who's going
to the semifinals should prepare a second song. They should prepare a second song.
And I suspect that there's some persons who are going to present their second song.
Well, we'll see.
I suspect.
I would advise certain people to get a second song. I would advise that, but we'll see how it goes, Cecil. We're not the judges, so that's out of our hands.
Right. So we saw Saturday night. We came prepared to listen and to critique on Saturday night. We heard some 31 Calypsonians. 32 was down to sing. Unfortunately, Joe did not. I don't know why.
I would really hope that the Calypso Association gives an explanation for that. I would really hope. And as time goes on, I would hope. This is our first program, but usually during our programs, we get the president of the Calypso Association and other people to come in, judges, writers to come in. So I know we have a short season, so we don't have too many shows, but I would hope that at some point we get an explanation for that, because I don't think that can just be left out there. Somebody was deprived of a space.
You're very right, Daryl. Someone was deprived of an important position where they could have found themselves going to the semifinals.
Yes.
And Jude not appearing. I don't think that was the first time that happened, but Jude not appearing. I remember one year we were told that he overslept.
Well, no, there may be a very simple explanation for it. We're not trying to agitate that there may be some kind of clandestine explanation, but there may be a simple explanation. I know one year there was a gentleman on the night of the finals. He on the day of the finals, he went to the hospital for appendicitis. He could not perform at the finals. However,
Someone said he could get cold feet.
yes, that could be an explanation. Whether it's acceptable, that's different. Everything may have an explanation. Is whether the explanation is acceptable. When the gentleman got when he did not make, he made it to the finals. I think it was the gentleman called Ghetto Prince. He made it to the finals, went to the hospital because of appendicitis. Soul Puss came in and went into the finals the night.
Oh, yes.
And he came on the stage in the second round, hum and hum and hum. But he performed at the finals.
That's correct.
He performed at the finals.
Yes.
So these are the things the Calypso Association has to look at. I don't think these are things that should be left hanging. These are things that, and internally, they have to deal with it as well.
And that's why it's important that every Calypso should have a second song. You don't know what's going to happen. Here it is. We have seen Shanice this year did not make it through, and Shanice did not sing this year along with 10-time monarch of Dominica Dice did not sing this year.
And I'm being told that Judd practiced, and he was expected to be at the show. There has been no explanation as to why he was not there, and the Calypso Association themselves have to deal with that. And
because you don't want to take the art form to be a playground.
It's not a pappy show.
It's not a pappy show. Right? You're correct.
It's serious business. It's serious. A Calypso, there's money at stake. You have deprived someone of possible prize money. Even if they don't go into the semi-finals, they would have certain amounts of what they call it. They have certain prize money that they get by making it round to round. So I mean, these are the things we have to look at as well. These are the things we have to look at as well. And before we go on, I would like to say that I'd like to compliment the band for a job well done on Saturday. I think the band played very well on Saturday, extremely well for all Calypsonians on Saturday. And I think at times the band even assisted some Calypsonians with their timing.
Oh, yes. There's about 3 Calypsonians I realized that the band really helped in ensuring that they would go slower and to ensure that the presenter of song would have catch up with them and to ensure that they do their presentation and not go off stage before they ended their presentation. So, yes, the band has to be complimented for work well done on Saturday night, Saturday the 17th.
Yes.
It was at the factory.
Yes, at the semi-finals. I would say, though, however, I think at times the music can be a bit too loud. Yes. I think at times the music can be a bit too loud. And if the semi-finals is held at the factory, I think they should look at that.
Because when the music itself is loud, it's maybe not the fault of the Calypsonians to sound like their diction is not fine.
They have to possibly
if
be
the
shouted.
song is very loud, if the music is louder than the volume of the presenter, it can create that problem.
So
and so I think the engineers needs to, or the engineer needs to ensure that the voice quality remains constant, and so the tempo that is given to us through the band audio should be a little bit better.
Well, the season has started. It's a very short season, so let's see how it goes. Very short season.
So Saturday night, Darrell, we saw the first Calypsonian, Omi. Omi was the first Calypsonian.
CEO of Volet.
CEO of Volet, yes. Presented this one, going fine. The first 2 verses, going fine. The last verse, the 3rd verse, somewhere along the line, forgot a line.
Well, he forgot the verse, I think. I think he forgot the
entire
verse.
verse.
Yeah,
I
I
should say
think
the
he
entire
forgot
verse.
the verse. And
Well, not the entire verse.
yeah, I think he got the first line in, but he...
Yeah.
And we are usually known to play certain things. We are unable to do it tonight, Cecil. But I think Omi, whether or not he would have gone into the semi-finals, I'm not sure. But I think he started off well, and then somewhere along the way, something happened.
I want to find out from the Calypso Association. Someone would have to answer that question for me, because he did not walk off the stage. He continued. I would like to find out whether, even if he made that error, whether he was still given a tabulation and to give a final score.
Yes, he was, from what I've seen. From what I have seen, we have been able, I think it's right in front of you, Cecil, we have been able to see that people were, the actual placement of the Calypsonians on from Saturday night. So I think that he would have been, he performed, and that's
And the,
that is
possibility, because not because he had made an error, all right, the possibility can exist that he could come out before a few Calypsonians.
there is a certain other Calypsonian who messed up a couple lines who went through to the semifinals.
And that's at the Newton Savannah.
No, at the show on Saturday, there's another Calypsonian
you're talking on
who missed a
Yes.
missed a few words, not lines.
I think maybe at a few words.
Yeah, something happened.
few
They were not clear, and the person went through to the semifinals in a high position. So missing lines may not necessarily, missing words may not necessarily. Okay, let me put it this way: a faux pas doesn't mean automatically elimination.
Yes.
A faux pas.
You still have to depend on the way the other presenters were
Yes,
presenting their songs.
okay.
So you could have made a faux pas, you could have been scored high in other areas.
No, even if you faux pas, you miss a word, for example, will that determine that all your lyrics are not understood?
Right.
Okay? So a faux pas does not mean immediate elimination.
And that's why the importance of personalizing a song, because you could make a faux pas and add a word that could help you to
Yes.
make the song stronger.
Yes, that's people think on their feet. There's extempo. So it goes with experience. But what we have to say, a faux pas does not lead to immediate elimination.
And it's important that our listeners are aware of that, because many times you hear people, when someone makes a mistake, you can hear the crowd in their disappointment. But you're right, Daryl, that doesn't mean that when you make a faux pas that the judges will not score you. You will be
Yes.
scored
Yeah.
and given your points.
So let's make it clear. A faux pas does not lead to zero.
All right.
Yeah, it does not lead to automatic. You do, when you do an exam, if you get one question wrong, it doesn't mean you fail the exam.
That's correct.
It doesn't mean you fail the exam. So
But we did not have him going through the next round.
no.
On that
I
night.
think in this case, the faux pas, the mishap, was
Strong enough
quite
to make
strong,
him stay,
quite
to make him,
strong.
to make him,
Yes,
to make him
yes.
come out.
Other
at the seller position.
Calypsonians would have had to do a lot worse. I think the faux pas, it did not lead to a conclusion of the song.
Right.
You know,
That's what you need to say.
yeah.
It did not come to a
It
conclusion.
did not lead to a conclusion.
So he would have given scores.
Yes,
All right. The second Calypsonian was Reds.
yes.
Reds sang
Rivers of
Tears.
Tears.
Right.
Now, when you sing a song, River of Tears, what is the mood that song should put you in? River of Tears. Rivers are crying because of X, Y, and Z. You have to know what mood that song puts you in. And this is where I would like to advise Reds. You have to be aware of what, when you deliver that song, what mood the people have to be in, how it should be received.
Do you want them to feel sorry for the river?
You have to, because the rivers are crying. It's not tears of joy. From what he is saying, it's not tears of joy. River of tears, and that's very poetic. A river of tears, water. If it's a river of tears, that thing means there's a lot of crying taking place. So the mood has to be one that is somber, and whether or not Reds is doing justice to that aspect of it is left to be seen at the semifinals, because he has gone through to the semifinals. So it would have to be left to be seen.
I think is his second time into the arena.
Is it?
Yes, I think that's the
Okay,
second time to
right.
the arena. So congratulations to you. The next Calypso then was I Noah.
I know.
And what did I Noah song?
Those say you sing in calypso and sing something else.
That's a very long theme.
Very long theme.
And the truth about it is he sang something different.
Well, he did not sing that topic for sure.
He sang something totally different.
He did not sing that topic.
And that's why we talk about this. That's why when we speak about the structure and the storyline of a song and the narrative would have said to us what he sang about.
Well, the song should have been called Comeback Veterans or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the song should have been called. I liked the first few lines of the song. I loved the first few lines. I thought, nice, slow tempo. He's not one of the most articulate of them all, but you could hear what he was saying. But I think even within the first verse, the song lost its way. Don't say you sing in calypso and sing something else. And he did not sing on that topic at all.
Definitely sang something else.
He sang something else.
Definitely
He sang on a different topic for sure.
Are you taking this one like the guy from Trinidad?
Which one?
The guy who spoke about Trinidad who sang about this lady?
No. He said he sang on his topic. He sang on his topic, and maybe we can play it a little later, but he sang on his topic. I can tell you that. But I know, no, definitely not.
Nashel, I have known Nashel for a very long time. She was number 3 on the night, singing
She
for
was?
the Isaiah Secondary School in the Junior Monarch.
Winning the Junior Monarch.
And won the Junior
She
Monarch.
won the Junior Monarch at the place up there.
At
Crazy
Highland-
Coconuts.
Crazy Coconut,
Coconuts,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
She won the Junior Monarch there at Crazy Coconuts.
Right. So that's many years ago. Now
Yes.
she's in the Big Tent.
Yes, she's in the big league.
And she has found herself into the semi-finals.
Semi-finals.
Is it the first time?
I would think not. I think she has gone to semi-finals before. Nashel has had some nice songs. I don't think she has ever been to a finals. I don't think so. But this could be her best chance. My only advice is there's no need for masking in this song. Absolutely no need. So there's no need for Commissioner M. Lisa.
It says it already.
Just say the name. Okay? Just say the name.
No, but you see, I understand the value of saying M. Lisa. You know, it's maybe a way to pause. Melissa. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I don't know, but there might be a value in it. I don't
What's
think
the value?
I don't think they really want to mask it. But it's you must say it's a song well written. It was a song in controversy.
Is it?
It was. People wanted to put injunctions and so
About that song?
about that song. Yes, someone said it's their song. They want
Oh, that aspect of it. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
but we have seen it been played on the radio. We have seen Nashel singing it the night of the.
She did a fantastic
of the
job
quarter-
at the quarterfinals. I think.
And she has really warranted herself into the semi-finals. Her stage presence was powerful.
I think
Her voice
Nash,
quality was great.
she again good voice. She had control of that song on Saturday. She did not try to do too much. It's an upbeat song, but she was not hopping around on the stage. She had full control of her delivery on Saturday night.
On that night, I actually marked her and I gave her some 29 over 45 in lyrics.
Okay.
I gave her 28 over 45 in melody. I gave her 17 over 20 in rendition, and I gave her 8 over 10 in presence. A
What
total
did you
of-
say of lyrics?
I gave her 29 over 45.
I give her 27.
Right. So you see, that's what we're talking about when we speak about judges looking at the same thing.
Okay, but I'm only saying this to prove a point as well. You gave her how much for melody?
I gave her 28.
I give her 29.
Right.
Okay, we are the same for rendition and presentation.
And presentation.
No, what's your total?
82.
I have at 81. Now here's where it's important. Where is she placed on your score sheet?
She's placed on my score sheet at number 3.
Number 3. Me too. So you see? You see? Now, I do not, my lyrics, I judge very hard for lyrics,
I too.
Cecil.
I too.
I do not, nobody will get 35 out of 35 for lyrics from me. It will not
I
happen.
seldomly get 31.
I very seldom go past 30.
Yes.
Very seldom go past 30. But at the end of the day, is the placement. Where was she placed? Now, again, we are not judges. This is just what we had.
And we actually learned of our position. The two of us.
Exactly. We
right
didn't
now.
compare it.
First time.
We did not compare it.
No comparison.
This is our that's my independent thing I have on the side.
Yes.
We do not compare numbers on the night of the show
Yes.
or even after at times.
Yes.
Or even after at times.
Right.
Okay?
So we-
And it's also very rare that I come out and say that I did this and these are the points I give. It's also very rare that I do that.
Yeah.
So you see, consistency. We both had her at number 3
Yes.
on the night of the show.
And I should also say the judges themselves had her at number 3.
Oh well, you see, so there was some level of consistency
Right.
on the thing, but I think that Nashelle stands a very good chance, if she performs well, of going to the finals, like all the other Calypsonians who are in the semis.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The next Calypsonian at number 4 was Bob. Bob himself was very clinical. Bob took controversy and put some level of poetry into it, and was able to make the crowd enjoy it. And the crowd did not judge the song, but by virtue of the fact that the value of calypsos, Bob was able to deliver that 3-verse song. And I suspect that Bob will give us a 4th verse the night of the finals.
Well, Calypsonians do that. They add more on the night of the finals, or even at the semi-finals. They add more as well. So if he were to do that, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
And I gave Bob that night 29 for lyrics, 28 for melody, 18 for rendition, and 8 for presence. A total of 83. I had him on my list at number 2.
According to the results that has that been confirmed? These results that we have seen going around, that the official placements.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, but there has been a list circulating, and from what I've seen, I think he was placed at number 2 on that list.
Yes.
On Saturday night.
Yeah. And you, what you had him at?
He was in the semi-finals. He was in the semi-finals.
Okay.
I'll leave that there. But Cecil, in terms of Bob, the Bob sings a song called Fam Deba. Fam Deba. Now, I want to look at language in Calypso. Fam Deba is a Creole term, right? Creole term. The judges have to be able to understand local language. And I want to take it to the part that many times I've heard people say that we should bring in foreign judges. That's something I've never supported over the years.
I will never.
Foreign judges.
I will never do that.
I
Never
don't
endorse that.
Yeah, I can never endorse that. This thing about foreign judges because
our society is totally different from another
Exactly.
society. Our
And-
terms are different from other communities.
Exactly. And this would be one example. You're bringing a foreign judge, let's say from
it's
St.
an
Kitts, Antigua. And they have to be sitting there. What you say? What fam deba? Okay? They would have to be sitting there doing that. They would have to. So this is some of the areas that I think sometimes these are some of the conversations we have to have in Calypso. Put certain things to rest once and for all. Instead, every year we come back with the same topics. Although, to be fair, I haven't heard it this year yet. But many a times we hear we should bring in foreign judges to judge the Calypso.
And I just want to say also good evening to Ulysses Roy. Good evening to you. Wilbert Willis is also watching. I just want to say good evening and thank you for being on board with us as we discuss on Calypso Pulse, discuss the Calypsonians that we saw and heard on Saturday night. So the next Calypsonian that we saw and heard was Jammer B. And Jammer B sang what?
Wait, Rebecca.
With Rebecca. Right. He sang at number 5, at number 6. That's where he sang. At number 6, with Rebecca. He did not go through the semi-finals.
Isn't he a reserve?
He's on the reserve list. Hoping to get to the finals like how some other persons would have done. I had him, what number would I have had Jammer B? So Jammer B on that night, I had him on that night at number 22. I had him at number 22, getting 59 points from my score sheet, Jammer B. And I can say I had him getting 18 in his area of lyrics. And the reason for that, as I said, maybe at the time, I just could not get the rendition.
So I said, what is that song about? Why is Rebecca waiting? It's wait, Rebecca, wait. Why is Rebecca waiting? I'm
sure it's not a play of words, and I'm sure there is no.
Who is Rebecca? I've asked these questions from Saturday. Who is Rebecca? Why is she waiting? What is this song about? Again, storyline, narrative, compatibility, coherence. Now, Jammer B has his own style. Jammer B has been to the finals a number of occasions. He has his own style. But I am still at a loss as to what this song is about. And I was hoping you would have been able to tell me tonight. He's not in the semis outright yet. Somebody would have to probably pull out, God forbid. I would not like anybody who has gotten a chance to go through to pull out unless it's absolutely necessary. But he's a reserve. So I really would like to know what that
I
song
had him
is
at number
about.
20, as I said, number 23, number 23. Is that number 22?
Okay.
And I realized that the list that is out there would have had him at number 23. So I was not far from the judges' results. I had him at number 23, with a ranking of 113. I should also say, in reference to Nashelle, she was ranked number 19. And who was it? Bob was ranked at number 17 at number 2.
So what we can do probably after, if we believe that list is legitimate, the placement, we can probably go through that after. Let's go through the songs, and then what we can do, we go through that after.
Yeah.
Following Jammer B was Singing Sandy. Sue and Ellen. Oh, so that is the name of the song. Sue and Ellen.
Yes.
Not the other thing.
Not the other name. Where is it?
Sue and Ellen. Okay?
Where is it? Yes, that's the name.
Sue and Ellen. Now, she has gone through to the semi-finals. I don't think there's no major surprise of her getting into the semi-finals. The question I have is that the song she's going with in the semi-finals? That's the question I have going forward. Will she perform this one at the semi-finals?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I think we expressed our concerns about that song.
First of all, I want us to take the note that it's a song, if you take out the first two lines, it is very well written. If it is placed in another setting, another type of setting, we talk about the storyline, we talk about the coherence of the song. If I am to remove the first two lines about the school children and put it into adults, I am saying that this song for me could almost be flawless in terms of its presentation to.
You think, Cecil?
That's what I feel.
Okay, well, Cecil, I think how do I put it? this is someone who has sung Dark and Comely,
Great Calypso.
Proud Black Woman.
First runner-up, she could have gotten the crown that night.
Yes, that's life. Okay, take back control. You know, I am concerned that this would be a song that Sandy would be given to sing. She's singing it already, so but the topic, and then the last verse on Saturday for me cemented this opinion, where there was almost an explanation as to what the song meant, and I think it did more harm than good from my point of view. However, Sandy is Sandy.
She can do justice to anything.
Sandy is Sandy. I mean, Sandy is probably the best female calypsonian we have had so far. Other people may think otherwise, but Sandy has come first runner-up. Sandy is a prolific fighter. I don't think Sandy has ever taken part in a calypso competition and not make it to the finals, and not place as well. The same can be said for Tasha P. I think Tasha P has never not gone to the finals. Tasha P has always gone to the finals in all her years of competing. So we'll wait and see. The semi-finals is different. She does sing the song very well.
Yes, that's why I said
sings the song very well.
She presents that song. And that's what when we speak earlier on about taking control of a song, of a property, of something that's given to you. She internalized that song, and her presence on stage on Saturday night was clear that she loved this one.
Well,
and she was able to present it to the judges and impress on the judges' mind. And so I want to see that, yes, she did herself justice in that area.
Okay, well, but she is through to the semifinals.
Yes, she is through
to the semifinals. Yes, and then there was
Then
Calfa P.
Then Calfa P.
Batting too long. Well, is this his first time in the quarters?
I think it's the very first time.
Very first time in the quarterfinals. So, wasn't he the guy who sang Former Line some years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So he made it to the quarters then. He made it to the quarterfinals then.
To this, you ask, did he make it to the semi-final? Is that what you ask?
Oh, he is in the semifinals.
Yeah,
Yes, he is in the
That's
semifinals.
right.
Yes. So, batting too long.
I
He
know
came
exactly
out.
what I think. I know exactly what Calfa P was actually leading to. But I think the story took a long time to really convince me or to tell me what he was actually trying to say and why you're batting so long. I don't know the same.
Well, Calfa P enjoyed his performance. I'll say that. Now, is the story being told? That is my concern about that one. Is the story being told? You have come out there, you have said batting too long, you use a cricket analogy to put something out there. Are you telling the story, the full story? Does it have a beginning? Does it have a body? Does it have an ending? That would be my question for that one.
As we're talking about the Creole aspect of it, a few people have made a few comments. They said that's why we need people like Kiwana and Milia there with the judges. I don't think we need them at all.
Ça pas qu'à faire sens.
I don't think we need them at all. And another person said, are we saying that even if the Creole language would be interpreted to these foreign judges, that they will not understand? I doubt that, gentlemen.
Okay, no, Calfa P did not sing Former Line. No, it wasn't Calfa P who sang Former Line. I've been told that.
Former line.
Yeah, I remember that song, but it wasn't Calfa P. I'm being told it's not Calfa P. Yeah.
I wonder if it's our good friend. He has problems. The judge is getting through.
Which one is that? Mask Eruption?
Mask
No, it wasn't Mask Eruption. It wasn't Mask Eruption.
And then another person said that what does that have to do? And talking about Sandy, what does that have to do with singing Sue and Eileen?
What does what have to do with singing Sue and
I'm not sure
Eileen?
what the person
I don't know.
We would have made a comment.
Yeah,
And
I don't know what the person is saying.
Yeah, and another person said the storyline was fragmented.
Okay.
I don't know
For
if
which
this- I
one?
don't know if the person is responding to what the person asked. And so I don't know. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
okay.
So we were now on
Caressa,
No,
Calfa P, yeah.
no, Caressa.
Yes, Caressa, the president of the Calypso Association, singing a song, Deba in the Yard. Very topical song. It's about the current situation with CARICOM, using the same connotation, hen, rooster. Almost reminded me of a book I read at school called Animal Farm. You know, I know there's a Calypso called Animal Farm, but Deba in the Yard, very topical in terms of what is going on now with the situation with CARICOM. And but Caressa is known for his writing his own songs. He has won 4 monarchs in Dominica, so I think Caressa would be able to strengthen that song if need be. I think if there's a need, he will be able to.
I think there's a need to strengthen it a bit more.
Based on the results I saw, maybe not.
But you see, you have different judges.
Yes,
in the night,
that's true.
you
That's
know,
true.
I don't think that will bias any judge to take that determination to say that he came at a certain number.
Yes.
And that that we should not say that there's some work that has to be done on it.
That's true. That's true. So, but I did definitely have him going through. I did have him going through.
Well, we both had him going through.
We had him going through
both
for
had
sure.
him going through.
So then we stayed in Marigot. We went to Soul Pulse. The Truth. Nice melodious song, but again, topic.
Do you see any originality in the melody of Soul Pulse over the years?
We always realize there's a familiarity with Soul Pulse's melody, and once again it showed up again, and I would be interested to know who wrote that song for Soul Pulse. The Truth. There are a few cliches here and there, but there was no real story in that one. To be very fair, there was no real story, and the judges sort of reflected that because he did not go into the semifinals.
Someone said that still think Carissa could do better with that song.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that statement.
So Soul Pulse did not make it through.
No.
The night singing The Truth.
Yes, and Soul Pulse is one we have always said is also very clear, very articulate in his rendition, always.
And then we had Lady S.
Lady S. No.
Singing Show Me the Love.
No, I really like that one, Cecil. Usually, I need to listen to Lady S a few times
Yes.
to get the gist of the song.
This one is clear.
Also very wordy. But this one, lovely melody. Love the lyrics. She was dressed appropriately.
Good arrangement.
Good arrangement. I think Lady S, this is one of her bigger years in Calypso. And I expected her, based on what we see there, but we'll talk about that later, a little higher on the score sheets. I expected her a little higher. But definitely, I think Lady S did a wonderful job on Saturday.
And she's going through, and I expect, that she would maybe come better, maybe after seeing her results, come better in the semifinals.
Yes.
And then from Lady S, we have Tasha P.
Tasha P, clinical, walked through into the semis. I saw no real issues with Tasha P. I still think there are some lyrics that could be tightened. But again, what is unique about Tasha P, and you have mentioned it, and I would really like to know the reason why she's doing it. She's presenting that one with no backups.
Yes.
I would really like to know why.
I saw it at the Stardom tent, and she was very clinical. She was very topical in terms of her message. Very, very topical, sending some serious messages to men. She was also making the note that if you're going to come by me, if you're going to come and check me, you got to be something good.
Your ducks have to be in a row.
You know what I'm saying? So she and as you rightly said, Daryl, I would like, because I've observed that, I'd really like to know why she doesn't have any backups. But in the absence of that, Daryl, we can say that she carried the song. Her presentation on stage was massive. Was really, really massive. And so when we do the comparison later in terms of where she came,
Mm-hmm.
we will see and inform the listeners. But I want to say Tasha P is the normal Tasha P that we know that would take anything and make it something. But on that night, she received a big song and made it a greater song.
Yes, I think Tasha P. And again, I would really like to know the writers of certain songs.
I suspect this one again must have come from the sister of
Gina, Dr.
Gina.
Gina.
So it's
Okay.
Doctor.
So,
Because
okay.
you can know Dr. Gina's style of writing.
Well,
I might be wrong,
could be.
but this one's songs
Like-
came from
like
the pen of Gina.
Okay, so we'll see how it goes. But very very good song, and as usual, it's the clinical approach. There are some people who always have a clinical approach in their presentation. Tasha P, Bob, Caressa, they come there and they don't do anything extra unless it's necessary.
I am when I looked at Tasha P the night, she sang. Her punchlines were on point. Her presentation, her use of the stage.
Oh, use of the stage.
I mean,
yes.
was massive. The use of the stage, and it's because of her experience that she was able to use the stage on every punchline of hers, and was able to convince the judges. She was able to look at the judges' eyes, eyeball to eyeball, when she was actually presenting this one.
Yes.
I actually looked at her, and she was really powerful on that night.
And Tasha P is known for doing these things. Huh? Tasha P is known for doing that. So you would expect her to do these things every time. I don't recall Tasha P ever having a faux pas in presenting, and she's known to go out there and deliver. She sings a calypso for you. So I think Tasha P, well deserved, would be into the semi-finals as well.
We had Bingo at number 13.
God made man, man made money.
I do not know who convinced Bingo to add Man Made Money. The song at the Stardom tent was God Made Man. And I felt good theme, and that he had to, for me, bring down the song a bit lower. The tempo was too high.
Yeah, I felt
and
so.
so I saw him literally rushing
It was too
the
fast.
song.
It was
Rushing
too
the
fast,
song.
yeah.
Like he wanted to just come on stage and go. It's a song, God Made Man. That's where we talk about compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one that
yes.
suffered under the area of compatibility. That is 10 points that I believe that Bingo missed. It was just too fast.
I
God
felt-
made man, and you're not giving me a time to digest what you meant.
Somebody
like
with-
saying that God made man.
Somebody who's Bingo's experience, this should not happen to them.
Yes.
I definitely don't think that should have happened. But it has happened, and I would hope next year he comes back. He would have to go to the eliminations next year, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So
And I think he's the one who writes his own songs.
I would think Bingo.
And he has some good themes.
Yes,
every
Bingo,
year, he has some real good
Bingo is a
themes.
veteran, Cecil. Bingo may only be in this thing a few years here in Dominica, but Bingo is a veteran in Calypso, and one of the what they call it, regionally experienced Calypsonians. Yeah, I think he still takes part in St. Lucia as well. So Bingo, this should not have happened to Bingo. The tempo of the song.
Yes,
was
it's
too fast.
The theme is too much of a serious theme to tell me that, and he could have kept with the theme and forgot about, because the refrain speaks about man made money. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the connection. I didn't see the link in the theme with God made man. He went with the cliche. There's a song saying man made money. I think it came from St. Lucia too.
Okay.
And so I think if Bingo has to blame someone, he has to blame himself,
yeah.
especially in the area of compatibility and how it can affect the narrative. As we said, that he sang this one real quickly.
Yeah, it was too fast. It was definitely too fast. There was a rush.
Mighty D.
Mighty D, love of money. Love of money. Mighty D is the grandson of the Picky.
And I think Picky needs to help him.
Picky needs to put a
help him
hand
on the rendition.
Yeah.
I
Picky.
think
Picky.
Picky needs to take him, or someone needs to take this young guy because he has great potential, and bring him to a school where he can be taught how to render. I think that's where he has.
He has to work
the
on
challenge,
his delivery. Yeah,
you know.
he definitely has to work on his
the challenge,
delivery.
his
Yeah, he
rendition.
definitely has to work on his delivery. But he is through to the semi-finals. Love of Money, and that one has taken him through to the semi-finals. He would have to perform at the semis to stand his chance to go into the finals like everybody else.
I think he has gone to the finals already once.
Has he?
I think he has.
I know he
someone
has
can help us
gone.
on that?
Yeah, I think he may have gone into the finals
yes,
one
I think
time.
he has
Yeah,
gone once.
yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
The next Calypsonian was the Liberator.
Liberator.
We can come together.
Changing from what he did at the eliminations, Mind Your Business he did at the eliminations, and coming with a song called Liberator. And it was a Liberator.
And maybe from our comment at the elimination in reference to Mind Your Business. Yes, it's two verses and a chorus.
He did not do that
but
at the
he did not-
eliminations, I can tell you that.
Yeah, and so he came up with this one. We Can Come Together, and it reminds me of that song that he sang some years ago, Caribbean Integration.
Yes,
using
and-
some cliches of that same song.
And Liberator is one of those where you question originality at times with the melody.
melody,
Yeah,
yes.
you question the originality in the melody. Liberator is Liberator. That's he has his signature. He has.
So someone asked the question, why can't a Calypsonian has his own unique style?
But every Calypsonian has their own unique style.
Sparrow has his own unique
Sparrow
style.
has his
Baron has his own unique
yes,
style. So we can know when Baron is singing.
Yes.
But you always see that there is a variety of melody.
Style does not mean repeated variety. Does not mean you have to be stingy on variety. Everybody has their style, but for example, Caresa's style is sometimes to repeat the first line. Okay? Style maybe to repeat the first line. You have a style. It doesn't mean you have to be repetitive in the melody. You just have to know your style. Simple, to the point. Hunter has his style. Scrunter has his style. Hurricane has his style. Bricks, Dice has his style. Okay? Everybody has their style. But in terms of Liberator, you hear a melody and you know it's a Liberator. That has happened over the years. You hear a melody and you know it's Liberator. Even without hearing any word, you know it's Liberator.
And he is on the reserve.
First reserve.
Yeah,
First
first
reserve.
reserve.
First reserve.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have Observer. singing
Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
I think this is the most underrated song of the year thus far. Gatekeeper. I don't think the message has truly hit everybody yet. But I think that's a...
Or is it because it's a message that we are so in tune with?
That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't think of it that way, but it could well be.
But if that's the case, it means that the song is very relevant.
Yes.
And if it is relevant, you should be able to look at this one and to be able to understand the value of that song.
Yes, yes.
Because
indeed.
he's actually sending a strong message
Yes.
to the gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm. Who are he describes who are the
he said
gatekeepers.
He spoke of every gatekeeper.
Yeah, he describes who are the gatekeepers. He's saying free up the system.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a bit underrated. I think it's a bit underrated.
And I think I'm sure that the writer of this one and the presenter of this song may not have been so satisfied, I'm sure, of the placement of this one.
We'll talk about that.
Yes.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Webb was next with Take Dominica Back.
I'm not so sure if I really have a great understanding.
I
I have an appreciation for the song, but as to really get in that's a song that I have to hear 2 and 3 times again.
have to listen. I need to listen to this song again. Now, Cecil, we have the privilege of being able to listen to a song again to understand it on our own. a judge does not have that privilege on the night of the show. At all.
Yes.
A judge does not have that privilege to say, let me hear that again. So this is why certain things are important. Now, in terms of Webb, I have not gotten the full meaning of that song. Take Dominica back. He has the refrain, the cultural refrain. Poe Dominica no. And then he says, "Nu kite yo Poe Dominica."
Yeah.
So I need to listen to it again. I'll say this. But he has gone into the semifinals. Yes. One of the better performers, better singers in the competition.
Someone said good and true song gatekeepers. Another person said, but I'm always hearing that Dice songs has the same beat and the same style, but he always gets the crown. But you can see the variety, as you said. Don't shortchange yourself from variety. So you can have, as you said earlier on, Daryl, that you can have your style, but you must have a little spice into the variety that will help you. So yes, you may hear Dice maybe with almost the same melody, but you can almost tell yourself in the arrangement of the melody that there's something different.
Well, people say a lot of things, but Webb, I would have to see Webb again at the semifinals, and again, it's on the night of the semifinals which will determine who goes into the finals.
Yes. Daniel.
Rubbish everywhere.
I need to compliment him. He didn't make a faux pas compared to the 2 nights before. Rubbish everywhere.
He is one of those who would probably benefit from some voice training as well. He's one of those.
Well, when he started, though, I must say, when he sang, I think,
Yes, Holy Country.
Holy Country.
He made it to the finals with that one.
That song, and I find that his vocal cords at that time was much better than now.
Yes, I agree.
Is it because he's singing faster now?
He always goes for these upbeat songs. Daniel, he always goes for these upbeat songs. But I'll say this: when again it goes with energy. When Daniel sang Holy Country and he made it to the finals, again, it was about the performance on the night of the semi-finals. Now, take his performance on Saturday with the song Rubbish Everywhere. Upbeat, up-tempo. Did he deliver in a way that you understood, that you felt the song?
And not only that, the refrain did not even allow you to jump to the song. You're singing about rubbish.
How do you
refrain that would help you to have a greater appreciation of the song?
Again, it comes back to the judging criteria. Was that song? Should that song have been an up-tempo song, Cecil?
You talk about rubbish.
Yeah. A serious problem. You're talking about rubbish. And then sometimes we try to do too much in the song. There's no denying that we had a garbage situation that many people complained about. Social media posts by here and there, and the dealing with this topic, you brought in people talking rubbish and all that sort of thing. Probably he tried to do too much with the song. He probably tried to do too much with the song, and then it led to him not going anywhere with it from Saturday. Probably he did too much with the song. Sometimes when you have a topic, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Don't try to add too much into the song.
And the next Calypsonian we had was Sai, and he sang Before You Go. He sang this one for Pat Aaron.
Yes.
In respect to the work that Pat Aaron has been able to do for Calypsonians in Dominica for all of those years.
Yes, and Sai himself has benefited because I think Pat has written a number of songs for Sai, and that has propelled him to the finals on a number of occasions. And from my understanding, that the person in question may be experiencing certain health difficulties at this time, and it was fitting to bring this song. And again, as I mentioned, a tribute sometimes, usually, is a slow tempo, very solemn song. But Psy, the hunter knew Psy's strengths and his talents, and this sort of tribute works well because of who is delivering the song. Before You Go, I think this one works well. Before You Go, with Psy. And it goes back to the cliches where we hear, give people their flowers while they're alive. Okay? But Psy doesn't say that at all in the song. I don't remember hearing that line in the song about give people their flowers while they have. But you know what he's talking about. That's what he's actually saying. That's what he's actually saying.
That's what he's saying.
Okay? And there's where originality comes to play. This is where originality comes to play. Okay?
Yeah. And then we had at number 25.
Number 20.
Number 20?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Number 20, we had Hixie, Wretched of the Earth.
Cecil, I tried my best to follow that song on Saturday, and I can't tell you anything.
If you want to hear my comment, I think what Hixie should have done.
He should have answered. He should have answered.
Is respond.
Yeah, he should have answered.
I think he went wrong and trying to respond and did not come to the point.
Just come and answer.
Just come and respond.
Yeah.
To the number 5 Calypso.
Just respond. Respond. Okay.
Because he would have had time to listen to.
Yeah, he should have.
Because
Hixie, I think he's his own writer, his own arranger, everything. He should have just responded.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah, and I think that's where the song fell flat.
And also, this is not the song he sang at the eliminations.
No.
It's not the song he sang at the eliminations. So I don't know.
I think he tried to get back, but did not do it well.
Okay, well, so.
Then we had Lulu at 21, who came in for
Shanice. Shanice did not partake in this year's competition.
And Lulu sang
Nothing Lasts Forever.
Beautiful film.
Nice but
very first time I think he has gone to the quarters.
I think he may have gone to quarters before. He may have. But I'll say this though with Lulu. This song was just cliche after cliche. Some contradicted each other. And also, Lulu is one of these 4-line Calypsonians. 4 lines into a chorus. 4 lines into a chorus. And I assume Lulu writes his own songs.
Yes.
But he's one of the Calypsonians that enjoys their crafts. He comes and he does his thing. He enjoys his craft. And I would like, if someone can take Lulu, just try him out. Give him a song and see what he can do with it. Because I do think he has some potential.
I would like to ask Tim Jura
to write for Lulu.
Because we can see where Lulu has been going every quarterfinals of his songs. You know, on seriousness and things that needs to be changed.
Forever.
Yeah.
Nice little refrain, you know, but that can't go far in 2026. Let's be fair. It can't go far in 2026. And it was one cliche after another. I'm not sure whether a story was told, but it was cliche after cliche after cliche. Some even contradicted each other, but his refrain, nothing lasts forever.
Someone said first time for Lulu.
Okay, well, first time. Okay, all right. Okay, good.
So Lulu sang at number 21. At number 22, Mystery.
Pawize. Probably the biggest song so far for the year. The song that has had the biggest impact for the year. It was the first one released, I remember. That has been out since before Christmas. Pawize. And very topical. Very interesting concept. Different from what Mystery has produced in recent times.
And not only just different in what she has. Normally, people get straight at the judges.
Yes.
You cannot say that Mystery spoke about the judges, but she was at the judges.
Yes, she spoke about everybody. She said, but that's it. Somebody Pawize the Calypso.
Somebody.
Who is it?
And she's telling you in song. She's asking the question in song, but she's also telling you in song who you should know Pawize the Calypso.
Yes, and not only that, it's her experience.
Yes.
It's her experience.
Which makes it greater.
Now, when I first heard the song, Pawize Calypso, because that's the name I heard at first, Pawize Calypso. I took it to mean she was going to sing about the controversy that took place in the elections of the Calypso Association, the things that were being said. But that's not what Mystery is talking about. Mystery is talking based on her own experience. Somebody powize the Calypso. When for them to score me high, they scoring me low. So it's not the judges, it's a judge.
As a judge.
So somebody tell me
singular,
who. Uh-huh.
Singular.
Somebody.
How is a
So.
Calypso? So maybe the other judges have at a certain point, another judge have a way down.
Exactly. When for them to score me high, they scoring me low.
And she would have had the opportunity to see the scores sheet in the past, so she knows who she's talking about.
Yes, indeed.
You know, and that she was able to. And what was good about this song again too, is the arrangement.
Yes.
And people talk about style and variety. Every year this young lady comes with a different melody.
Young lady?
Every year that Mystery comes with a different melody.
Now, Mystery's writer, from my understanding, is Bassi.
Bassi.
Yes, and it shows that we have a variety of writers out there. And Mystery, and we know what Mystery has sung before. Cocoa Stick, ooh, I, why, I, that sort
was
of
a
thing.
good one last.
Ooh, I, why, letters of the alphabet.
Letters of the alphabet.
And now this year, Mystery has come out very serious this year. And it would not surprise me if Mystery goes into the finals. It would not surprise me.
what someone says. So you see why. So you see where we need the interpreters.
Interpreters? For what?
Not everyone knows what is Pawize.
But, well, I'm not sure how to respond to that, Cecil. I'm really not sure how to respond to that.
But Pawize is a common.
Pawize,
common word.
That made it clear when we never spoke of an interpreter, you know. We spoke of foreign judges.
Right.
We never spoke of interpreter. We said that judges must understand the local parlance, the local language. That's what we spoke about, not interpreter. Is that the person who suggested that Kiwana and Milia should sit near the judges?
The same in the video.
Okay, all right. So
yeah. So Pawize, I think there are some terms that we all use.
yes, Pawize, and it's
And we know
you use it more in dominoes.
Dominoes.
But to bring it into the Calypso, it's a wonderful job by the writer and the Calypsonian themselves. Wonderful job.
Yeah. So we just finished with Mystery. We're now into Checker.
Checker,
Checker song.
the
Never
gentleman
Before.
of Calypso. I like this one as well.
Never
Before to Never Again.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, this is an amazing
Lovely
script.
song. Lovely song.
Amazing
Yes.
script. You know, never before. And he gave you what happened before, and he says to you, and he speaks to you about what is happening today.
Yes, it has
And
not
he
happened
says
before.
It has not happened before.
It has happened now, but it should not happen again.
Whoever that writer is,
Lovely Calypso.
went into deep thought.
Yes.
To really get that.
For some reason, I feel this may be a Tim Dura composition. I could be wrong, but it sounded.
And I
like
think
it.
what has to happen, I would like to ask the Calypso Association, to really help us, the announcers, the broadcasters, to allow us to know who are the writers. So there should be a space when they are actually announcing the Calypsos, that they should be able to say
Written
that
by.
written by.
Okay.
You know.
Probably sometimes they don't want to.
And arrangements and arrangement done by.
Cecil, it's not a CD.
No, people like to know that I'm the one who arrange, I'm the one who compose. You know, some people like that.
It's probably a business transactions that have taken place in the background.
Number 26. No, sorry, number 25.
24.
24. Trendsetter.
Lave.
Lave.
Yes. And another example of taking a topic and treating it differently than what it. Lave, in my mind, is finished. Finibat. That's it. End of it. But
You
I
dead.
think, yes, that's it.
No,
you
but
dead.
you're having lave for a dead
For
person.
dead. Something that's gone.
You come
Yeah.
to have a party
Yes.
for a dead person.
Yes, that's
it
what
is.
lave
Lave
is.
is someone pass, so Calypso die.
Yes.
So he know that, what's his name? Trendsetter is coming now to bring back the life.
Exactly. So when you hear lave, you think that's it.
Yes.
Okay? Munla mo. Tewe.
Tewe.
Yeah.
Locally Tewe.
Locally Tewe Munla.
You forgot Tewe
Or
Munla.
no deja Tewe.
No,
because,
no,
no,
la
because
Tewe-
remember before they said, I think the
nights?
song says that die today, bury tomorrow.
Yes, yeah.
But the lave would
Nine
continue.
nights, nine
Nine nights.
yes.
Okay? So
Yeah.
that would be where
So
it
sometimes
is.
they Tewe you.
Yes, you deja Tewe.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You know, but
So he's coming back to give life to the Calypso.
yes, you know. Okay, but
And what I like about the fact that in that is, for carnival you drink your white rum. For carnival you get drunk, and he's trying to depict that same story in the Lave.
also that explains the end.
Yes.
The end. Okay.
Yes.
But the only Calypsonian that used props though on that night. The only Calypsonian that used props on that night. So, well, let's see how he's into the semi-finals.
Yes.
Has he ever been to a finals?
I think he has.
I don't think so.
think he
You know,
has. I
I
think he
don't
has.
think so.
Was he the one who sang Jacket?
Yes, but that didn't go to the finals.
Went to semi-finals.
Yes.
Someone can help us to find.
I don't think he has been to a finals. I don't think he has been to a finals. Has been to several semi-finals, but he
Yes.
has not been to a finals. I don't think so. Now, Checo, leave it for next year. Again, a personalized Calypso. The problem I had on Saturday was the presentation. Performance and presentation.
The energy
rendition.
wasn't. The energy
no
was
energy.
not there. The
Absolutely
energy was not
no
there.
energy.
Energy was not there, and I think Checo, the crowd, the people, the judges, everyone knows who you are. We know that when you get on stage, it's not only the brrr, but your presence on stage must be felt, must be seen. And I'm saying that on Saturday night, I did not feel your presence on stage. You felt that you came to do a business. You felt that you would have go through the quarterfinals, and you just came in and do your business and you left. And I think for the semi-finals, sorry, you have to come out there and do a presentation of your song.
Well,
And again, too, we have to say it as it is. I want to see Checo improve in the area of rendition. There are times that listen to that song that I did not hear some of the words.
yes, that's what I said. There were some words that in my mind were lost. There were some words in my mind were lost, and well,
And I think one of the reasons is that he holds the mic so very close to his mouth. I looked at that very attentively on Saturday night, and I think that sometimes can help you the words can be very muffled and not getting clarity of words. So the next Calypsonian is
Riot.
Royet.
The best I've seen Riot in a competition. The best. Nip it in the bud. I have had some difficulty with the name of the theme. Nip it in the bud. However, something was explained to me today, and I get the theme a little better now. Not 100% convinced that the theme should actually be nip it in the bud. As to what the theme should be, too long, talk too long, they keep talking, that sort of thing. But I think I understand more why it's called nip it in the bud after a conversation with somebody.
Because I think when I get the song Nip It in the Bud, she is trying to say that at a very early stage that you must do the correction.
Yes. Or maybe, probably what has happened.
And if you
is
don't
that-
do the correction at an early stage,
Yes.
you're going to find yourself getting into problems. So I'm saying to you, nip it
in the bud. Okay. And this is what was explained to me today. So basically, she may have given the conclusion before. This is what you have to do. Not the conclusion, the resolution
Yeah.
before. And
And
usually,
all along,
all along she's saying
that.
it. She's
In a
saying it.
refrain,
Yes,
she's saying
in
that.
a refrain,
You
she's
know?
saying it. Probably for me, the nip it in the bud as the topic, it comes too early in the song.
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
It should be a conclusion.
Conclusion,
should be a
maybe.
conclusion.
But at the end of the day, I think Royet had a very good performance on Saturday.
yes.
Very, very good performance on Saturday, and she deserves her space in the semi-finals.
Someone said that Checo was recovering from a flu, hence the performance level Okay, so we get the understanding why. Because we know Checo, we know the kind of person that he is, and to give us that clarity and to give us that understanding why he did not or was not able to perform in such a way. Did not do like some other Calypsonian or another Calypsonian by not appearing. He came in and found himself going into the next level, next stage, sorry.
Yes.
And so you're right, Daryl, and I think in reference to Royet, I think the conclusion should have dealt with nip it in the bud.
Well, no, but Cecil, we can't say that because this song deals with nipping it in the bud. It does. I'm not saying no. The song is, and we said it, this is what should be done. My thing is the refrain, nobody talks, Mama Suti we. Does that take away from the overall theme of nip it in the bud? I hope I'm making sense in what I'm saying. That was just my own 2 cents in this. I've had this feeling since the eliminations. However, I will say this, and I said it before. Royet's performance on Saturday was top-notch. Best I've seen her. I hope she only gets better.
Use of stage was good.
Use of stage, delivery, you understood every word. She sang very well. And the song keeps growing and growing. My idea of whether or not nip it in the bud is the right theme for it is just my own idea of it.
Someone said, because we wanted to find out in reference to Formaline, someone said to me that Formaline was sung by a guy named Topper Top.
Topper Top, yes, that is correct. That is correct.
Who only sang for 2 to 3 years, you know?
Yes, Topper Top was who sang Formaline.
And they also corrected us and say Bingo's song this year wasn't written by him.
Okay.
Because I think we made that assumption that because of
yes.
Bingo normally writes his songs, it is said that it was not written by him this year.
Okay. Yeah. No.
So from Royet, we move to
Daddy Chess.
Personalized.
The star of the night in my book. The star of the night.
He was
fantastic.
He was above the moons.
Clinical delivery. Everything worked in Daddy Chess's favor on that night.
Punching lines.
Punchlines.
I mean,
use of stage.
You could see when he get up, when he get down.
Yes.
You know, with his punchlines.
Yes.
He would close his fist like he was upset and mad.
Yes.
You know, but with a good gesture. You know,
if your roof leaking, fix it.
Your roof is damaged.
Yeah. Fix it or change it.
Change it.
Fix it or change it.
And you could sense that he stressed quite a lot on the word change it.
Well,
he said fix it, or change it.
Change it.
He was demanding. You know, that was great of Daddy Chess. I think he would have maybe sung that song several times in his bedroom, trying to get it right.
Daddy Chess came out with a vengeance, according to the saying, and he came up there. He delivered. He didn't disappoint, and this is the best I've seen Daddy Chess since. Remember Wild West? Yes, this is the best I've seen Daddy Chess since then. Other years he has done very well.
I can imagine the finals.
No,
this song. I want to be very bold. I want to be very bold.
Yes,
that this song is going to go to the finals.
I would be surprised. And I would think a lot would have to happen for this song not to go into the finals.
When I first heard that song, I can tell you, I listened to the song the very first time. And I loved the lyrical context of that song. And I said, you know, why can Daddy just not slow that down? But
I was thinking of slowing it down too, but when I heard on Saturday.
When I heard Daddy Chess at the Stardom tent, I was convinced.
Yes.
That no, there's no need.
He doesn't have to.
There's no need.
And if Daddy Chess won the Calypso Monarch 25 years ago, 2001.
Yes.
That's when his second year in the competition, he won the Calypso Monarch. If Daddy Chess has a good second song, Joy should look out. I'll say that. If Daddy Chess has a good second song, Joy should look out. That's my view. Okay? That's my view. Based on his performance on Saturday. based on his performance.
Someone
on Saturday.
said that Trendsetter only went to the finals during the virtual Calypso competition.
That doesn't
in
count.
2022 with big fingers, never too wrong.
With figures.
With big figures,
Uh-huh.
never too wrong finals.
Oh, okay. He has never gone to the actual Calypso finals.
There was no
yeah.
comment, that's why I read it that way.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
yeah, okay.
So there was no too wrong finals, so he never been to the finals with a too wrong song.
Yes.
So that was Daddy Chess.
Yes.
Then we had Mika. Mika sang
Mika was
"We
a buy.
Little But
We Large.
We Large.
I think she did very well on Saturday, but the song did not have enough to bring her into the semi, Cecil. It's the song. In this case, it's the song.
Yeah. I just want to read quickly what someone said about Daddy Chess song. The person said, "I love the message of Daddy Chess, but not the musical arrangement."
Okay.
That is an opinion.
That's an opinion.
Yes. I love the horns in that song.
I think it's
I
a
think the
wonderful
horns
song.
and the horns were on point. Even the arrangement with the percussion was very much on the keyboards of Peter was very much on point, and I can say that much about the arrangement of that song. But that's an opinion, and the person is within their right to have the opinion.
Yes.
So we were talking about Mika. We
little, but I can a writer take Mika under their wing? Can Tim Dura write a song or two for Mika? Can that happen? Can we ask that publicly, that Tim Dura writes for Mika next year?
I would like to see that.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
because she can deliver.
Potential.
She has potential.
Yes. She has good voice.
potential. Yes.
She has a good vocal on her shoulder.
Yes.
So she can be given, if she's given a good song, I can almost guarantee you.
Or whoever writes for Shanice. Yeah.
Well, we know that sometimes.
I know.
That,
I know.
Mikel
Mikel has written for her. I
yeah.
think this guy has also written for her as well. What's his name?
Shelley
has written for her. So probably Mika needs to look in their direction and see if someone can write for her. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, JD, former Calypso monarch, JD, choose to be good. Go in the slow route this year. You know, JD is known for up tempo. Go in the slow route this year. Again, variety.
No, not only variety, coming back to the area of melody, compatibility.
Yes, exactly.
Choose
to be good.
He's giving you a serious message.
Are we saying up tempo is bad? Cecil? No, we're not saying that.
We're not saying that.
We're not saying that.
We are just telling you that there are times that you have to determine how you produce and how you present a song, and choose
to be
good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a song where the listeners have to take some time.
Yes.
To understand
you have to listen to it. You have to
why
listen.
Should I be good? Why must I choose to be good?
Songs like that you can describe with the word profound.
Profound. Yes.
Now, Cecil, I'll say this though. JD is also one I think could benefit from some vocal training as well. Vocal training. Yeah. And probably these are the things the Calypso Association has to look at in the off season. These are probably some of the workshops and so they should have in the off season.
But saying that is one of the better years I would state, because I made mention of that on Saturday in terms of how he sang. There was a little bit more clarity, especially in the area of diction.
Okay.
In the past, you could sense that he would have ate his words. I think he would have taken our critic very seriously, and I heard him a little clearer on Saturday. But you're right, Daryl, that the association should start to work on really helping its members.
Now, in terms of JD, Cecil, JD, this is not China man again, you know. JD is a Calypso monarch.
Yes.
JD has won a Calypso crown in his own right, and I think he's his own writer.
Yes.
Okay, so JD is all rounded. So JD, if the voice training were to come on stream, JD would continue to be a force to be reckoned with in the Calypso arena.
Then at number 30,
Jude, no show.
Shandong Babylon. I wonder if he can come and sing that song next year at the quarterfinal.
No, he did it at the eliminations already.
So he has competed.
He has competed with it, so he can.
I just want that to be clear.
Okay. Shadow Flow.
Yes.
Time alone will tell.
I love the poetry.
As usual.
In Shadow Flow.
As usual, poetry. As usual, poetry. But too many words at times,
yes,
Cecil.
yeah.
Too many words at times. The poem is too long.
And you find that if you sing a poem of that magnitude, in the length that it was, it can take away the actual meaning
Yes.
of the calypso of the song from the very beginning.
Yes.
So you might maybe start to follow the song in the middle because it has been so long. So good concept of writing, but you have to know when to stop.
Yes. Now, Shadow Flow started with Rum and Party. Okay?
Yeah.
I think he came back the next year with something, have one more, drink one more, something like that. But since then, he has gone into these poetic calypsos. None have carried him to the finals, I think.
You're right.
Have they?
No, I don't think any of them.
Because I remember him doing something one
he
year
went
and
to
then
just
he...
past semi-finals.
No, he did something. What year he sang Fighting for Burgodo?
Oh, he was at the finals.
He was at the finals
Was at
with
the finals
that.
with this
He
one.
was at the finals with that, for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe he needs to go back to his original style. Try it another next year. Go back to his original style.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
think,
probably he needs to. Just do that. Okay. Time alone. And then the show wrapped up with Abia Yisrael, Brink of Extinction. Wonderful Calypso, Cecil. Again, this is something. Abia has her own style, but always comes with a variety.
And you know what I always say when I heard this one for the very first time on Wednesday night, Wednesday night pass, and what really impressed me was the alto sax. This young man who plays the middle-sized member of the saxophone family was able to play every note in clarity. He did that at the quarterfinals. The husband came on board to play guitar, and it brought a sweetness into the arrangement of that song. And Abia, with her stage presence, her performance on that night, wow me. Abia is growing. She has grown quickly in that arena, and I just wish her success.
Abia reminds me of David Rada with this different type of calypsos. David Rada came out with such amazing different, the seance of the 6th and 7th days, and Abia always has these calypsos. You have to stop and listen to find out what it means. And I don't think she has ever been to a finals.
No, I don't think.
I don't think she has been to.
And the thing about it, there's a year I think she could have gone to the finals and sang Man.
Yes.
But if she had a flu, and she couldn't have continued.
Oh, okay.
But also to, when you hear Abia, especially the fact that on Saturday night she sang last, number 42.
And that has
Judges
happened
Judges
before.
have been tired, have a little tiredness in them, and she was able to do her presentation to convince the judges that I'm part of the race.
Yes.
As a woman, it speaks volume to me. And so Abia, with that kind of arrangement, would have awoken the crowd and the judges to force them to listen. And I want to say congratulations to Abia and her team for the kind of production that was made for that night of the quarterfinals.
Well, Cecil, you mentioned the word there, woman. Out of the 8 women on Saturday, 7 have gone through to the semi-finals.
I did not take note of that.
7 have gone through
So
to the
Mika is the
semi-finals.
only one who didn't go
Mika is the only one who did not go through. 7 of the 8 women, is it 8 or 9? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So let's go. We have
8 of them.
1,
8 of
2,
them.
3,
Shanice would have made 9, but
4, 5, 6, 7,
8. Abia.
8.
Yeah. And 7.
9.
Who was the 9?
9. Abia would have been the 9.
Wait,
So
no. I think it's
you had Nashel,
1,
Tasha P,
2,
Mystery,
3,
Royette,
4.
Abia.
5.
Oh, yeah, so it's 8.
8. Yeah,
Yeah,
8.
8, yeah.
And
Yes.
7 have gone through to the semi-finals, Cecil. 7 have gone through to the semi-finals. This should be interesting. What if all of them go to the finals? To meet Joy, who's the reigning monarch. This could be very interesting, Cecil.
Yes.
Okay.
Finals on the women?
Yes, that could be very, very interesting. Yeah.
Well, that's almost impossible.
That's almost impossible, but it could be interesting. The 3 policemen have gone through to the semis. Sai, Checo, and Reds. And the 6 monarchs who were part of the
all
have all gone through to the is there any first timer in the semi-finals? Royet would be going to semi-finals for first time.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, okay.
And I think did Nashville ever go to the semi-finals?
I think Nashville has gone to the semi-finals. I believe Nashville has gone to the semi-finals. So, but
someone says that Daddy Chess thinks it has a little of Blue Boy's first road match Soca Baptist.
absolutely not.
Not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
And when the person to go back and
No.
listen,
Go back.
listen
Go
to
back.
the songs side by side. That is far.
Absolutely not.
Soca Baptist?
Whoa,
Like Soca Baptist?
like Soca Baptist? No, absolutely not, Cecil. Absolutely not. Very, very far.
The arrangement is totally different.
Totally,
The chords are
totally different. That's one I can.
tones are totally different.
That's one I cannot
the
agree
chords
with.
are totally different.
That's
that's one I will never ever be.
I can't agree with that one. But Cecil, it's interesting, and I like this.
And someone said for Abia, one of the best songs for the Calypso season, great musical arrangement and strong lyrics.
Yes, she always has these. I best describe as the David Rudder, Dominica's David Rudder. Yeah, Dominica's David Rudder. She brings these different songs. But Cecil, in terms of the placement, I think you have a paper there with the placements.
Yes.
We believe it's credible.
Yes.
We believe it's credible. So you have something with the placements there.
So it is said that Daddy Chess came out number 1 of the night. Daddy Chess. You have Daddy Chess as number 1. Do you have?
Yes, I had Daddy Chess as my number 1 for Saturday.
I also had Daddy Chess as my number 1. I had him at number 1. Number 2, well, Daddy Chess, if a ranking of 13.
No, well, if we go into the ranking, we'd have to explain too much. So let's just give the positions here.
All right. At number 2, Bob. At number 2, I also had Bob at number 2. Number 3, Nashel.
Yes.
I also had Nashel at number 3.
Okay.
Tasha P at number 4. I also had Nashel at number 4. I don't know.
Tasha P.
Tasha P. Sorry. We had Nashel. Tasha P.
Hmm.
I had Tasha P at number 4. At number 5, I had Mystery, and at number 5, the judges also at the quarterfinals had Mystery at number 5.
So let's stop there. Nashel, Tasha P, Mystery. 3 women in the top 5.
Yes.
3 women in the top 5. Okay? According to the judges, we believe this to be credible. According to this, 3 women in the top 5. 3 former monarchs in the top 5. Okay? Daddy Chess, Bob, Tasha P.
Yes.
In the top 5. Okay?
So in the top 5, you're saying there are Daddy Chess,
Bob,
and Tasha P. Free Monarch.
Yes.
In the top 5.
Top 5. Okay?
Right. We're not talking about top 9 yet.
No.
The
Number 6.
number 6 was JD.
JD.
I did not have JD at number 6.
I think we should just run through the list.
Okay.
Let's just run through the list.
All right. Let's say JD at number 6, Caressa at number 7, D-Web at number 8, Checker at number 9, Sai at number 10, Observer at number 11, Royet at number 12, Abia at number 13, Sandy at number 14. So again here we are seeing 12, 13, 14 are free ladies.
Yes.
So according to you, Daryl, that the probability according to the representation that we can almost see. We can almost see.
90% women final.
We can almost see. So up to number 14 we have 6 ladies.
Yes.
14. So out of 14, 6 ladies.
6 ladies out
8
of 14.
And 8 guys.
Yes.
Out of 14.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a finals that we have to look out for.
Yes.
Never before we had more than 3 ladies in the finals. The most we have ever had is 3 ladies, I think, at any
No,
given
man,
finals.
we may have had more
No,
women
I
in
don't
the
think we've had
finals.
more than 3 ladies in any finals.
You sure, Cecil?
I'm very sure about that. We're not
How
talking
many
about-
did we have last year?
Last year we had
Joy, Tasha P, Shanice.
and
That would have been it?
3, yeah.
Okay, all right.
No more than 3.
All right.
And then at number 15 we had Reds.
Mm-hmm.
We had at number 16 Lady S.
Yes.
At number 17 we had Mighty D. Number 18 we had Checo. Number 19 we had Trendsetter. And at number 20 Calfa P.
Yes.
So these are
This is top 20. Yes.
That will go to the semi-final.
Yes.
So let's take it again. That's very interesting what you just said, Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
That we have how many ladies? 6 ladies.
7 out of 8 ladies have gone through to the semi-finals.
Finals.
Yes.
So in the 20. So 7 ladies
Mm-hmm.
out of the 8
Yes.
in the semi-final. So we'll be seeing out of the 20,
Mm-hmm.
8 ladies.
7 ladies. 7
ladies.
ladies out of 20.
Out of 20.
Yes.
So that is a good telling number.
Now remember, the Calypso Monarch
Mm-hmm.
is Joy. Another lady.
Mm-hmm.
Calypso Monarch is Joy. So we have to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it would be interesting if these 7 ladies make it to the finals. You would have a finals of 10 with 8 ladies. Cecil, 8 ladies. So this is a possibility. This is a possibility.
That's a strong possibility.
This is a possibility. That would be interesting. Okay, it would be very interesting.
That would be very interesting.
Okay, good.
Women, see more. So someone wrote, Women 2025 finals. Women, see more.
Now, so
hold on before you continue. Nashal was in the semi-finals just last year. Hence the reason why she.
oh yes, Nashel was in the semi-finals
hence
last
the reason
year.
why she
Yes.
started. So she didn't start at the quarterfinals.
No,
at
she,
the
eliminations. She started at the.
So thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much. So the top 20, according to the order, the judges' order has been released. You remember the names that were called on Saturday were in random order. They say that all the time, except the reserves. The reserves are called in the order, but the judges' order 1 to 20. Number 1,
Bob
Daddy
Chess.
Chess. 2,
Bob,
3,
Nashel,
4,
Tasha P,
5,
Mystery,
6,
JD,
7,
Caressa,
8,
The Web,
9,
Checker,
10,
Sai,
11,
Observer,
12,
Royet,
13,
Abia,
14,
Sandy,
15,
Reds,
16,
Lady S,
17,
Mighty D,
18,
Checo,
19,
Trendsetter,
and 20.
Calfa P.
And you know the 3 reserves, Liberator, Shadowflow, and Jammer B are the 3 reserves, so they would have come at 21, 22, and 23.
So we have Liberator 21, Shadowflow at 22, and Jammer B at 23.
Yes.
We can go on, continue and say 24.
Do we want to go down that road?
I really would like to go, so everyone would know exactly where the positions were. So 24 Bingo, 25 Danyan, 26 Mika, 27 Soulpuss, 28 Lulu, 29 Hixie, 30 Ainoa, 41 would have been Omi.
Okay, good. Now, Cecil, last year there were 4 women in the finals.
4.
Tasha P, Joy, Shanice, and Lady S.
Lady S, that's
So
correct,
there were
yeah.
4 women in the finals.
Yeah, Lady
Okay?
S, yeah.
So, so this would be what the first round? No, the second round, because there was the eliminations. The first round, the quarterfinals. We look forward to the semi-finals. I believe it will be on January 31. As the show continues, I hope, Cecil, we can invite probably the president of the Calypso Association and probably members of the executive next week.
Yes.
And then
I want to tell Narin that I would like, even he's not part of the Calypso Association, because he's a presenter. we can ask the president, and we can ask maybe another member of the association.
Yeah, let's bring the executive in. Let's give them their time to shine. The president and his executive, any members of the executive he'd like to bring. They can be invited next week. They can come in from 8:30 and give us a time to introduce the program at 8, and then they come in at 8:30. I guess, Cecil, you'll work that out for next week.
Logistics for next week.
Yes, the logistics for next week. We'll bring in writers and judges and Calypsonians themselves going forward. And I think so far the season has been progressing. I would like to hear some more Calypsos. I hope the Calypsonians are actually bringing in their music to the radio stations.
Oh, they are. They are.
Good.
With all credit to them.
And not sending via WhatsApp. Bring in your music.
And what is good about it, though, DBS Radio has opened its doors to the Calypsonians. So on the drive time program with Fadul, he normally has those guys been interviewed, and they are doing a good job by it. I mean, last week, because guys are going to the quarters, guys ensured that they use the airwaves to promote and to inform people as to what they are about to do.
Now, I want to advise Calypsonians in the semi-finals. People, and I'll call names, people like Royette, Lady S, Nashelle, Mystery. Start working on your second song if you have not yet started working on your second song. Because the semi-finals is tight.
I don't want you to say that to bias the minds of the judges.
No, I'm saying it because these are people who are going into the semi-finals, like Royette, Nashelle, Mystery. They're going into the semi-finals first or second time and have not gone yet on to the finals. They don't want to be caught off guard.
And to hear the names.
Yes.
And you said earlier on that the probability that you can
have
as many as 9 ladies
yes.
into the finals.
No. Cecil, I'm saying this. People like Bob, Caressa, Daddy Chess, those guys are veterans in this thing. You don't have to tell those guys have second songs. Those guys have songs they can, maybe 2 or 3 songs probably just like, and they have to pick one. But these new semi-finalists or these unseasoned semi-finalists, they have to be prepared.
I rather we say that the unseasoned semi-finalists,
they have to
prepare yourself in the second song.
You can never tell you
because you only have 2 weeks after that.
It started at the quarters. Look what happened to Omi. We have seen Dice miss lines. We have seen Caressa miss lines. So missing lines is not a new thing. You can never tell what happens, Cecil. The judging goes on the night of the show.
Right. So guys that we figure out, or people that we figure out that will go through.
Yes.
And that's why I always tell people.
And it's no longer this thing.
Do not come with your score sheet and put 5 marks for anybody.
And it's no longer this thing that only big names go through to the finals. That is a thing of the past. In my belief, that is a thing of the past. So, people, first time semi-finalists, second time semi-finalists, now is your time to start preparing. Prepare like you're going to the finals.
Yes.
Prepare like you're going to the finals. And if by your performance, by stroke of luck, whatever it is, you get into the finals, you would be prepared. And you would not go into the finals and cause any disturbance. Like the example I like to use, Sharptooth. Calypso girl. And then to turn around and say, Malpopte Pakatwe. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
I'm trying to remember that Jerry Lloyd's brother. How could I forget this name?
Oh, you mean, what's his name?
My good body. This happened.
The guy who Jerry Lloyd's brother, Joey Lloyd.
No, not Joey.
Not Joey.
Jerry.
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 Which one?
Not the Oracle.
Not the Oracle. So the brother, which is Joey.
Yes.
Joey, who was what was his name?
And
The father of
Black Diamond.
Black Diamond. Wow, are we that bad?
Is it creeping upon us?
What is his Calypso name?
I'm seeing it.
Explosion.
Explosion.
I would say something.
Explosion.
I would say something on air, but I will leave that
So
in.
apparently, explosion, you explode into my mind. It caused me to forget. I have forgotten your name and explosion. I know tomorrow I'm not going to have peace with explosion.
Oh, wow.
I
forgot as well.
when again, maybe he was not prepared to get into the finals, and he too would have forgotten a few lines.
And then remember that guy also in that same finals as the Sharptooth. That guy, I've never seen him in Calypso after that. He had a big song, man. Why? And then he came and sing a song, Loretta, or whatever it was. I think he was the son of that the Provoker. I don't remember his stage name. I think he was the son of the Provoker. He came big song that year. Why? Oh, lovely singing voice. And then gets into the finals and comes and sings some 10th song, Rebecca, whatever the name was, Jacinta or Rebecca, whatever it was. And, unprepared for the finals. He was the son of the Provoker. I just don't remember his name. And
Daryl, we are going to really help to inform people on Calypsos. Yes, some person might think that we are giving our opinion. It is fine that we can give our opinion, but as to whether our opinion are actually factual, that's the other thing.
It's our opinion.
Yeah, it's
our opinion.
They just tell us it's Mello.
Mello Reeves. Yes, that was the name.
Mello
Reeves. Yes.
Yeah.
Mello Reeves, is that it?
Yes.
Yes, Mello Reeves. Yes.
Yeah, Mello Reeves.
He's the son of the Provoker. I think he hailed from Maho. Came big song. Why? And they belted out that one. And then came in the second round and sang some... Oh, dear God. Oh, Lord. It was a terrible song. Terrible song.
But Daryl, tonight that our first program.
But Cecil, before we go, I know we have a program. Do we have one or two program? A program before the semis.
Yeah,
the semis.
yeah.
The question is, are there Calypsonians who are going to change their songs?
For sure, there's going to be.
You think?
I know. Because we have seen it every year.
Well,
we have seen it every year where Calypsonians would have listened to other Calypsonians.
I think that
and would have looked at their placement.
I think that was Nashel's downfall last year, changing her song into the.
So I think some Calypsonians would have listened to other Calypsos, and they would have felt that they would be in a better position, a better place, especially seeing their placement.
Okay, well,
Especially
we'll see how it goes.
And then they can determine, and I'm sure that they would determine. It's like this guy from Cassibros, that we Liberator. We heard him sing a different song at the
Hixie as well, changed his song at the thing.
Yeah. And so they would have decided that based on what they would have heard, let them take a chance with something more serious or better.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Yes.
Let's see what happens.
But
always remember, Son of the Saint, when he sang Tete on Belly, did not go past eliminations. He went into the quarterfinals on a bye.
Yes.
And he made it to the finals. Right through to the finals.
Yeah.
So we always have to remember that. But let's
and for instance, Joy, who is the present monarch, was not in the top 10 last year, and she went to the finals.
She was not in the top 10.
She was not in the top 10 at the quarterfinal.
Are you serious?
From the quarterfinals, and I think she was number 9, if memory serves me right. Someone can help me on that.
Oh my God!
She was number 9 or number 8 in the
semifinals.
In the semifinals.
Wow!
And came and won. I'm saying so to say that it is open to everyone.
It's on the night of the show. It's on the night of the show.
Someone can help me. I hope that Joy is listening, that she could even give us that information.
Years ago, when this guy came back to Dominica, Tronada, I remember him not being anywhere near the top 9 in the quarters. And then he went on to the finals.
Went on to the finals.
So let's see how it goes, Cecil. Let's see how it goes. I encourage the Calypso Association to find a veteran Calypsonian and let this person be part of the semis or the finals going forward. Let me suggest
Repeat.
Get a veteran Calypsonian and feature this person at the semi-finals or the finals. I'm going to suggest they do Robin this year.
How do you know I was going to say Robin?
Robin is here.
how do
Robin
you know I
is
was gonna say
available.
Robin? Yeah.
I am going to suggest that.
Yes.
And then they can do something like that this year.
Yes, I think Robin deserves an accolade.
Yes, I think so. And then let them go forward.
Yes,
I think
that's
that is
the
it.
same person I had in mind. Robin.
And I will say this, Cecil. People will not agree with our commentaries. Not everybody will. There is space available under the commentary tent. You come, you bring your table, you sit down, you get your platform.
I would like that, yeah.
You get your platform and you
would like
come.
that. I really want to send, because I want to get it. I would like to send an invitation out.
Yeah.
To some people.
Yeah.
That if you want to be a broadcaster, if you have the gall to be a broadcaster, if you want to be a broadcaster, I would advise you to. There's a tent.
There's space, and also there's
and there are radio stations.
Yeah.
To include DBS radio.
Well,
To include DBS radio. Okay, let's not absent DBS radio. That you can come in.
Yeah.
And to give your comments.
Yes.
And your critique that the general public can hear, and they too will critique you, or they will skin you, or they will agree.
Yes.
On what you have done.
And the judge's decision is final. The judges are the one. We are not judged. No matter how many points we put down on paper, that does not count to anyone. And
I want to say that I'm not into the business of trying to destroy the art form. I'm into the business of trying to better the art form. So my critique is what I would have seen, what I would like to see happen, but that doesn't necessarily mean that what I would like to see happen might be the correct thing. That's what I believe. But I'm saying that my critique, whenever it is done genuinely.
I will only add that I would not critique a Calypso in malice. That's all. Whoever thinks that, that's a matter for them. But when I give I have been away from the commentaries for a few years. It's good to be back. I'm happy to be back. It's good to this tag team going at it again. That's very good to me. We had a good first round. Let's see. You haven't told me if I'm on for the semis yet. You'll let me know in due course.
We go along.
Yes. And then we go from there. At the end of the day, do you get any of the prize money, Cecil?
No, I haven't. Never. No one has ever paid me.
Not even a shandy.
As a matter of fact, whatever I'm doing on the broadcast team is all gratis.
Yeah.
It's all free. Yeah. No dollars.
You don't get anything extra from DBS.
Nothing extra from DBS Radio. I don't get. The only thing I get is from the association a ticket to enter, to ensure that I am able to witness and give my commentary
on the show. But
on the night of the show.
Let's end it there. On that note, we look forward to the semi-finals. There is 10th on tomorrow, Stardom 10th on tomorrow,
yeah.
And of course next week.
DBS will have it live.
Yes, and next week.
And also too, as I'm saying that, you can also get it via pay-per-view on DBS Radio. I think it's $10 US. So you can go onto our website and you can capture the way that you can actually purchase that airtime that you would like to watch, or you get your get receipt to enter into the system so that you can watch the show.
And also, I'd like to promise that next week we will take phone calls, Cecil. We can't sit on the radio just talking by ourselves. We have to involve the public. We did get the comments from social media. We'll incorporate that as well. But we must take some phone calls next week.
The reason why I felt it was not of important to take the phone calls tonight, we were dissecting the quarterfinals.
Time caught up with us. Time caught up with us. But I think we.
But I'm sure next week we will be doing that.
We have to take the phone calls.
Taking the phone calls.
Let's get
so the persons who called tonight, I just want to say to you, I apologize that we did not accept your calls. I should have said that at the very beginning, but I can guarantee you next week we'll be accepting your phone calls.
Yes. Okay.
All right? So thank you again, Daryl. We'll be back again next week if God spare.
You have a good night.
I want to serve my country, but in my capacity,
Calypso for me.
so you see,